I'm not late, and I remember to turn on my microphone when I started. So yeah, that's a double win today. Hello, Scar in the chat. I see you over there. Altered Quantum, thank you so much for hanging out. Todd Long, Legendaries, hello. Welcome back to No Man's Sky, everyone. Scartic says, Jason's not a wizard. He is a beardless dwarf. I wish. If I could grow like a dwarf beard, that is like the best you can get. You can't beat a dwarf beard. You can't. Walter, hello. Thank you for being a member for 17 months. Very much appreciated, man. Very much appreciated on that. So, guys, today we are doing a Fugitive Run. Well, we're going to continue our Fugitive Run series that I have been making videos on, but doing it 1 hour at a time it feels like it's going slow. So I want to get in here and really look around for some graves. We need to get 5. I have got 0. 0 graves. There you are. There you are, Walter. Hello, Heather. I see you in the chat. Thank you so much for hanging out today, Heather. Very much appreciated. Let's get in here. To quote Gimli, son of Golan, or Galam, son of Glam, not the beard. Purposely said that in a high-pitched voice. I love it. Mark, I see you there too. Been so long since I did some No Man's Sky. Dude, get in, gotta get warmed up. I feel like we're getting an update soon. I keep saying that. You know, for the last like couple weeks, I've been saying, "Oh yeah, any day now we're gonna get an update." Eventually, I'll be right. Eventually, I'll be right, because you know it'll happen. It's just, you know, I don't know if it's gonna be next week or a week from now or 2 weeks from now. Who knows? Sean Murray knows. I don't know. Obviously, I keep calling it. All right, so we're gonna continue on our Fugitive Run. So we have 14 hours in our Fugitive Run. And we've been doing that 1 hour at a time on episode. So I figured, let's get in here. Let's start looking for some graves, kind of relax a little bit. Have a little bit of candy. My awesome guys, seriously. Melon Kit Kats are the best Kit Kats of all time. Boom. Melon Kit Kats, the best candy. You cannot deny it. It's so good. Anyway. I still haven't done my first Starfield playthrough yet. Oh, Mark, you got to get on that. I know you only get a little hour, you know, a few hours in the evening, but yeah, you got to get on that. Old Explorer says, Jason Beeble said if we do not get an emoji by Sunday night, no update. I mean, it depends on what you count as an update. Let's get into this game because I have a feeling we're gonna keep talking, so I got to go. Because I can sit here and talk all day about updates and stuff. So it depends on what you consider an update. For me, an update is any additional things in the game. So some people might say, look, the expedition replays, that's not technically an update because it's not new. It's just replaying the old expeditions. For me, I count that as an update. It's a change to the game. We're allowed to play a different mode. So I think that's going to be the update. Now, as time goes on, it's slower and slower, or longer and longer between updates. At first I had high hopes, like, oh, they're gonna do something like Halloween update. That's gonna be cool. We'll get a cool Halloween update. Well, that has come and gone. So I don't think we're gonna get a Halloween update. So now it's like, well, what are they going to do? Are they gonna just push out like a performance update? Is it going to be like, oh, we fixed a few bugs and we made the game run a little bit better, but other than that, nothing? That would be disappointing, wouldn't it? Hopefully that's not the case. What is going on with my frame rate? All right, there we go. What is going on with this frame rate? So hopefully we get something like that at this point. But I mean, maybe they're going to surprise us all and they're going to say, look, brand new expedition, huge content update with all these cool features we've been asking for, and it's coming like, you know, November something. Okay, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. It feels like they had an idea and they were behind schedule. So now it's like, well, we wanted to do all this stuff, but We really can't because we're behind schedule. We have to make sure that the Switch version, the Mac version, all these versions all work together. So it's kind of, what is going on with my my frame rate here? You're killing me, frame rate. What is happening? Oh, NC or NK Vincent. A Fugitive Run is basically you start a brand new game and you pretend you role play as a fugitive. You're avoiding all other aliens because they might turn you into the authorities. You cannot buy anything from a store because then it registers to you. The only interactions you can generally have are with other outlaws, other fugitives. And the whole goal is to make it to the center of the galaxy without being caught. So, I am like right now what we're trying to do is we're trying to get 5 glyphs. And if you want to know all the specific rules, down below in the description are all the rules for you if you want to read through them. Now, my rules for this run are going to be a little bit different than Beeblebum's. Like for instance, one of my rules is whatever ship you enter a space station with, you have to either trade or delete or whatever. You cannot leave an Outlaw space station with the same ship that you entered with. So it makes it kind of difficult to land because you're like, oh, I got to get rid of it. So you have to have a tradable or a scrappable ship before you go in there. But yeah, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna try to find a good planet to kind of run around and do that on. That Pepto-Bismol suit, though. Exactly. That pink suit. I had to... If you guys missed the episodes, I finally got so tired of waiting to get my advanced mining beam that I bent a little bit of the rules. But as payment, because I bent the rules a little bit, I had to destroy all my ships, and I had to change my outfit. That way I look different. I had to randomize my outfit so nobody could tell it was me. So there are penalties for breaking the rules. That's also down in the rules. If I break any of the rules, I have to delete the ship that I currently am in, whatever it is. So if it's in my good one, like this is my really good ship right here. It is my, look at that, my S class with all my upgrades on it. If I break a rule, I have to destroy this one, use another ship, and basically fight the sentinels and escape the system. It is really difficult. Oh my god, yeah, we got a whole bunch of stuff in here. Goodness! Well, let's move this out of the way. Don't need that. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of stuff in here. There we go, there we go. Now we're got it cleaned up. We also have a sentinel boundary map, so if we find a good system that I can run around in, a good planet, I can just basically take out the sentinels so I don't have to deal with them. That's another good sign. That's another good thing we want to do. Oh my god, really? There it goes. Scott Rinse for Pizza is nice. You got a bright pink disguise. It does not call out any attention to you. Exactly. You can't tell it's me. They'll never know. They'll never know. In permadeath mode, yes, I am playing in permadeath mode, so it's really, really difficult. My inventory, we're not even in permadeath mode, we're in extreme. So basically in No Man's Sky, let me show you. Oh yeah, I can't because I locked it. So there is a difficulty settings menu right here. And so basically what we do is we set it to permadeath, which is the hardest difficulty, but we also move a lot of sliders even farther, so make it extreme difficulty. It's not just regular permadeath, it's extreme, difficulty in No Man's Sky. So that's what we're doing, we're playing on. My inventory is very, very limited. Everything costs more to buy. Fuel costs more to refill. I don't get as much money. I take way more damage. Enemies are more aggressive. So if I'm getting attacked or whatever, I'm going to be attacked for a while. That kind of stuff. I said I was going to eat one of my Kit Kats, and I never did. Let me chow down on one of these Kit Kats while we look for a good planet to go search for graves on. Nope. Is this it? Is my corrupted planet? It is! And it's a beautiful... Okay. This is the one, you guys. This is the one. It's a beautiful planet, has good weather, and it's a dissonant planet, so it means, you know, they have corrupted sentinels. I like this one. Looking pretty good. Those illegal upgrades pump up the ship really good. Dude, 100%. I have a whole bunch of really good upgrades in here, so I'm excited. We have a whole bunch of stuff. We are good to go. So I want to make sure you land on the planet, because when you fire off a like a sentinel chart or whatever, if you're in space, it'll just look for a random one. If you're on a planet, it will at least look for one on the planet you're on, unless they don't have any on this planet. But it should find a sentinel pillar on this planet, as far as I'm aware. It should, anyway. Let me, sentinel nest revealed. So, yep, right over there. And so when we turn off the sentinels, it'll be all over this planet. They'll be turned off. And you have about 2 hours of playtime before they reset and come back. Or, like, if you save and reload, they'll come back as well. But I don't plan on saving and reloading. I just want to clear out my sentinel so I can run around and look for some graves. So first things first. I mean, we could just try to make them angry. And then they'll come over to me, and then here we go. Turn them off. Basically activate them and then shut them down. And let's see what the sentinel... Oh, look at that. It has a plasma launcher on it. It's a B class. It's not a royal, so I'm not really caring about it. It has a plasma launcher. I think we have a plasma launcher. I just don't have any ammo for it because I didn't go pick it up at the pirate outlaw system. There we go. Pick up that. Pick up that. So now, anytime we run into sentinels, they'll just explode, which is really good. It's kind of a cheap way to do it, but I love it. I love it. All right. I'm going to sacrifice some of this stuff because, good Lord, it's killing me to have this much. So we just destroyed that. Oh, my God. I'm going to do this. And then get rid of that. Boom. Boom. I'm going to get rid of that. Sodium. I'm going to get regular. There we go. Don't need that. We will keep that. Put that in my ship. There we go. Use the rest of this on my launch fuel. That way we're good on that. Goes in my ship. Nope. Goes in my ship. Nope. Ship is full already. All right. Are you serious? We have farting fish here? Is that the... I can see the... That's pretty close. I can see the space station here. Oh my God. That's really close. Is Miyogi in the stream? Did I see Miyogi? Yeah, I do see Miyogi. Very awesome. Thank you for hanging out, Miyogi. Gotta check out everyone. Culinary Zest. Hello. Okay, I want one of these farting fish. Look at that. So we need to make some creature pallets. And we need to find them. Hey, come here. Come here. Get down here so I can feed you. Take my food and love me. All right. Seriously. Did I not? There it goes. Oh, God, that took a while for it to pop up. There we go. Hey, buddy. Now I gotta talk to him and convince him to be my pet. Hey. We're gonna adopt as a companion. Don't feel sad. Where are you, buddy? Where did he go? Hey, hey, hey. Come here. Quit flying around. I can't interact with you if you are flying in circles around me. There we go. Gently pat. Give him some treats. There you go. Take my food and love me. Exactly. Hey, I can't ride him. That's the whole point. Oh my god, is he too small? Hey. Funelli? That's a pretty good name, actually. Funelli. All right. I was going to ride you and we were going to go find graves together, but I guess not. All right. Well, we're going to do it on my own then, I guess. So, when you're looking around, you will look for a grave marker. So instead of an unknown building, it'll say a grave marker. It'll look like that diamond, like, you know, No Man's Sky insignia. Hello, Jason Chet. Hello, Ravencore. Wow, that's a thing? That is a thing. Too bad that he wasn't big enough. Maybe we could find another one that's going to be larger, and we can make them into a rideable pet. Not finding anybody here. That's okay. Well, that crazy looking animal. So we are avoiding buildings because we don't want to be found out. We're a fugitive on the run from the law. Now we can go into abandoned buildings, but again, part of the rules are we have to clear out the eggs around the building before we can go into the abandoned building. I have a name recommendation, Corvus. Corvus? That's a pretty strong name. I always name mine like ridiculous names like, you know, Vin Diesel or, you know, Meatball, or in that case, it would have been Flying Farting Fish. But Corvus is pretty good. Did you refill your launch thrusters? I believe I did. Let's look before I get out of there. Yes. 93%. We should be good enough. So I have some upgrades, so that should be strong enough to... Oh my god, you look big enough for me to ride. Oh, dang it. I gave all my food back to the other one. You look big enough for me to ride, buddy. Hey, you. Hey, come here. You look big enough. Come on. You're a rideable one, right? Hey. Let me interact with you. Let me give you some food. Don't pull out the gun. Come on, buddy. All right. Hey. Adopt as a companion. You look large enough. Come on. I can. Okay, you're good. You're good. You're large enough. You're grown up enough. Let's go. You're not going really fast. Come on. We're looking for graves, man. Let's go. I don't see any over there. Not seeing any over there. Okay, I'm not that heavy. This fish is giving me a complex. Come on. There you go. Like it's just like puttering along. Like, we'll get there eventually. Don't worry about it. Nothing. Like, I got my farting cloud behind me. I love it. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Oh, yes. Corvus or Corvus, meaning raven from the family Corvidae. I don't know what that means. Corvidae. But I mispronounce everything. Nothing. Oh, let's scan that animal while we're flying over. Here we go. Don't forget to hit that like button. Yes, seriously, guys, it does help out the channel a ton if you hit that like button. If you have already, I love you. Thank you so very much. But if you haven't, I would greatly appreciate it if you would. Oh, God, don't hit me. Don't hit me. These guys flying by. I'm not seeing this. This is not going as fast as I thought it was. I'm trying to make him fly faster, but he does not want to go faster. This is like top speed right here. I can run a little bit faster than this. So This might not work out like I thought. Yeah, I'm not seeing any graves. A lot of resonators. Oh, wait a minute. Animal down there. Let me scan you, buddy. Nothing. Yeah, this fish is kind of going slow. That's a funny Reddit copy pasta about ravens. I have no idea. Favorite animal, Miyogi, and also part of my heritage. The raven is protected. Not in America, it's not. At least I don't think so. Maybe it is. But I don't think so. At least in the United States, we look at ravens as similar to like crows and things like that.
Suck it, Jason.
Yeah, there we go. The suck it, Jason. Miyogi, I'm assuming that's you. Miyogi, thank you so very much. Tipping is a right, not a privilege, I guess. Who's been Santa at a local carvery? Ho ho ho. Well, I appreciate you. It's definitely a privilege, and I appreciate you. It's definitely something you never expected, but always appreciated, Miyogi. Very much appreciated. All right, you're not doing so well, buddy. I'm gonna have to retire you. Sorry. See, I can fly way faster on my feet with my own jetpack. Let's do this. If my aim was better. That's an inverted mirror. Don't need that. I don't see any graves around here. Well, let's keep... Where's my south? Let's keep going. Daryl says, Jason, is it possible to jetpack into those flying ships? I think so, but you don't actually hit them. You clip through them. So in general, when a ship is flying, unless you're in a ship, it doesn't have a hitbox. And that's generally because, like, if you're like on a space station, for instance, and you're on a landing pad, they don't want the ship to like hit your body. And so they don't give it a hitbox if you're on foot. If you're in another ship, yeah, you can run into them, you can smash into them. But on foot, you will not hit them. I've tried a couple times. It's really hard to do. Like sometimes they fly low enough and you can kind of time it, but you basically go right through them. It's like they aren't there. As far as I remember, they might have changed that recently, but I think I tried that like 6 months ago. So unless they've updated it recently, that's how it should work still. Oh, why am I doing that, you guys? I have a problem. I'm picking up more stuff even though I don't need it. I literally have so much of it, I'm getting rid of it. I'm destroying it. Oh, God. Stop picking stuff up, Jason. It's like a habit. I see materials and I have to pick them up. I'm like, oh no, there's a material there. I can't waste it. Gravitational anomaly. Okay, we'll be able to jetpack pretty good now. Are you searching for graves on a paradise moon? I don't think I'm on a moon. Yeah, I don't think this is a moon. But I am on a, I wouldn't call it a paradise. It is a good weather. I think it's a bountiful planet. So I need to be on a moon. That's the first point. I should probably do that. But, you know, I figure it's good weather here. I can run around a little bit. So the reason why... Oh, there you go. Tina. The reason why you would look on a moon is because a moon is smaller than a planet. And in No Man's Sky, every planetary body, moons, planets, whatever, they all have the same amount of buildings, unless it's an anomaly planet or a planet that does not have anything, a dead planet. Those are the exceptions, but on any general average planet, they all have the same amount of buildings. So a moon, because it's smaller, all the buildings have to be closer together because there's not enough room to spread them out. That's why you would do that. You look for a really good average moon, like a bountiful moon or an overgrown moon or a paradise moon, and just walk around that for like a half hour, 45 minutes, and you'll find a lot of stuff. I'm picking up radiant shards because we need these for fuel anyway. So if I need to call in my ship, I can just refuel it real fast. So that's why we're doing this. Look at all these radiant shards. Holy cow. That's a lot. Just picked up, what, like 8 of them? Goodness. If you are on foot, ships can hit you and move you, I think. Even I have on a video on my channel. Really, Richard? I have not seen it because I've tried. I know that if you fire on them, they will shoot you at you back, but I have never, as far as I know, because what I tried to do was I tried to land on the ship and have it fly away with me. And I kept going right through it. Like every time I would hit it, like my body would go through the ship. So I don't know. Maybe they've changed it, or maybe I'm just a bad luck player. That could be it too. But as far as I know, yeah, I've tried to ride on them before, and it just, you fall right through it. Crazy Camp says, Jason, do you feel the updates haven't been as big as they used to be? I think in general, yes, I would agree with that sentiment. I think that we've gotten big updates, but it depends on who you are. So this past year, this past 12 months for No Man's Sky, oh good lord, they have really focused on expanding out the game to other platforms. And so that's a big deal. That's a lot of work to do to make it work on the Nintendo Switch, to get the Mac version to play, a PSVR 2. They've had 3 different versions of No Man's Sky come out within the past 12 months. And so I think that is a lot of work, but if you're not a No Man's Sky Switch player, if you're not playing on Mac, if you're not playing on PSVR 2, they don't feel like any kind of an update because it doesn't affect you. And so for a general player, yeah, I think it's been lacking because the content has been focused on other places. But if you're Hello Games, you've been working your tail off. You've been working your butt off trying to get everything working and finished on different platforms. And so, like, Sean Murray, he's like, dude, we put out so many updates. It's crazy, and they're all huge. Whereas a normal player on PlayStation is like, well, I don't play on the Switch or the Mac. I don't play on PSVR. I just play my PlayStation 4 or my PlayStation 5. It didn't feel like a lot. And I think that's the difference this year. They spent a lot of time on content that was specific for only a certain amount of people. Now, if you're on Nintendo Switch, you're like, yeah, we got a whole new game on Nintendo Switch or Mac or whatever. But for I would say for more than half, probably 75 to 80% of the players in No Man's Sky, there is like 3 content updates that were like, I don't know to say anything different. It wasn't for me. So I think that's the major difference. That's why it feels like they're smaller. But I mean, I'm hoping we have the Void Mother, the corruption storyline happening right now. So we just had part 3 out of 4. The Echoes update was part 3. So we have one more part to that. We all don't know what it's going to be. I'm assuming it's going to have something to do with the Void Mother. They in the Echoes update, they really heavily hint at the Void Mother and like the history of the Void Mother and the autophage and all that kind of stuff. So Beeblebum was theorizing that they have to continue and finish that off in the year, right? Like they're not going to go a full like 6 months without doing something with that, right? Looks like they might do that. It looks like they might wait until next year to finish off that storyline. So I don't know. The deeper we get into the end of the year, the more I'm starting to think that it's just going to be a polishing update. Hey, we fixed a whole bunch of bugs and we make the game run better on certain platforms, like on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch for sure. And that's it. And the replays, of course. But I don't think we're going to get anything else other than that at this point. Maybe they shock us. I don't know. But yeah, as for the quality of the updates for the year, I think they've been very, very good. Just specialized. And that might be the big problem. We have metal fingers down here. Let's get some metal fingers. USM says, Jason, first time catching you live, but I just wanted to say thank you for all the No Man's Sky content that is scratching my itch during work, dude. I appreciate you watching, and I don't know about you, but I get antsy. Like when I was working, like now this is my full-time job, but when I had to go to my job, it drove me crazy. I'd be watching other people playing a game, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get home. I can't wait to get home. When I get home, I'm gonna be playing that game all night. So it was kind of nice to see it, but also I'm like, dude, I just want to get off of work. It's Friday. I got to get my stuff done and get the heck out of here. Richard says, we all know they go on vacation in November, December. Last year they released Expedition Redux since they were all gone. Yeah. So it's not... historically, Hello Games, they go on vacation, whatever you want to call it. They take the month of December off for the most part. You won't see any new content. You might see like Sean Murray on Twitter, but he's just retweeting stuff and posting screenshots. He's not really working. And so they take the holidays off, you know, the December time frame. They take that away. They come back in January and start working again. So the last couple of years, we've had what they call expedition replays. So they take the expeditions from this year, all the expeditions in 2023, and they run them again just in case like you ran out of time, or if you missed an expedition, or you just couldn't finish it because it was too hard or whatever. You're able to try one more time to get those unique rewards before they're locked away forever. So they generally do that at the end of the year, and it kind of fills out the December and even January a little bit. It fills up the month of January. That way they can have something for people to play while they're on vacation. So that's why I think that the closer we get to like the middle and the end of November, I mean, could they put out an update? Absolutely. There's nothing against it. There's no law against it. But is it likely? Probably not. They don't want to put out an update that they have to fix and they have to patch, you know, because every update, if you have not played No Man's Sky for a while, or if you're newer, every update will cause bugs, will introduce bugs to the game. And so they usually spend a week or two after an update fixing it, like patching it, making sure everything's working. You don't want to do that right before December, before you go on vacation, right? So what do? Oh, we'll just do a replay. That's easy enough. You don't have to worry about its new content, because it's not. We've already ran it earlier in the year, so we know it works. We can just plug it in. We're good. Now, that doesn't mean there's not going to be bugs. There's always bugs, but it'll be minimal bugs versus a big content release. So that's why, in general, when I say that I'm only expecting an expedition replay and maybe a performance update, that's why. I think they're going to go through and say, hey, look, we'll release a content update. It'll basically be, hey, look, we fixed texture bugs, pop in. We did some performance stuff on the Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation and Xbox versions. We made sure that everything's running smoothly for the expedition replays. That way they work really well. I'm not seeing any graves, but I'm also getting suspicious because there's a lot of markers around. All right. Oh, you're in for a treat. Oh, NK. Yes, dude. I'm going to try out No Man's Sky in VR. I can't, dude. That's my next big step. I have a PS5. I'm probably going to invest in a PSVR 2 so I can play some No Man's Sky. It'll be glorious. I can't wait for that. And I think we've been waiting long enough for the space stations. I mean, and there's no guarantee that the space stations are coming. So they have done that before. So it's not a regular thing. You know, it's not like they do it all the time, but we've had a couple of other instances where they forgot and they left in game files. And I think they were just testing out things and they didn't go with it. Like, the notorious one that I remember was in the next update back in 2018. People got into the game files and they found a ship customizer, and everyone was freaked out like, "Oh, ship customization's coming to No Man's Sky." This is 2018, 5 years ago, by the way. Ship customization is coming to No Man's Sky, you guys. because they found it, and literally over on Reddit you can find people who got it working. They activated it, and it was basically on the landing pad in a space station. You were able to recolor your ships. You can choose different colors for all your wings and stuff. Never happened. Then, you know, within the next update, they magically patched out all of those files. And so I think that they can leave stuff in there that they're testing. They were like thinking like, oh, we probably need to revamp these space stations. And maybe they did it and they said, you know what? It takes up a lot of resources. The game doesn't run as well, so not worth it. We'd rather focus our power on something else. So it was a good idea, but we got it in there and it just didn't work. It didn't click with the game. It could be they did that and they have no intention of actually doing any of the I saw that. They don't have any intention of redoing the space stations. It could be. It could be that they're waiting, and like that's going to be a major update, and maybe it's not this update. Maybe it's next year. Maybe they're waiting and they're trying to finalize it. Like, hey, you know, it works, but like when I played it, because there was a mod to fix it or to implement it in the game. Now it's broken because they've removed the files, so the mod doesn't work anymore. But when the files were in the game, we were able to play with them, and the first thing I noticed was that the geometry was off. Because the space stations change shape, when you go inside, sometimes you would fall through the ground, sometimes you would go through the roof, sometimes your ship wouldn't land right because it was a weird shape. And so they needed to polish it up, like it wasn't finished per se. And so maybe they've been working on that, and you know, next year we'll see that. Who knows? But I never take anything like that as like gospel, like, oh, it has to be in the game. They put the game files in there. It's like, maybe they were testing some stuff out and it just didn't work. Like they thought it was a good idea, and then when they started playing with it, they're like, actually, no, it's not a good idea. It looks cool, but performance sucks, or we can't get it, you know, to work right, so people keep falling through the floor and there's just no way around it. You never know. Scar says, but that was the code that allowed for the procedural ships. No, it was just for it was for color only. So that's what I mean by customization. They found out, oh, it was we can colorize it and change the colors on ships. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Eternal says, I just started a month ago. Would be nice to do the expedition. That would be, I mean, hey, if you're a brand new player, yeah, that's what they do the expedition replays for. They're like, hey, look, if you're brand new and you missed them, or, you know, maybe if you're on vacation or, you know, something happened and you didn't have the time to play No Man's Sky. You had a busy time at work and you didn't have any time. Now you have a second chance, an opportunity to do that. I keep picking up all the extra stuff. I need to stop. Stop doing it, Jason. We don't need that. So yeah, it's really cool. I mean, a lot of like veteran players that, you know, we play it all the time. Some of them get upset. They're like, hey, I've already done this. This is just a waste. Like, nah, I have fun with it. I love doing it. We do speed runs on them, seeing how fast we can do the expeditions. That's cool. That's so fun. You can find your own ways to do it to make it more fun. Jason loves gold. Exactly. We watched me and my wife. We watched Austin Powers the other night. Look at this guy. Oh, mother. He's in Egypt. I hate it when they glitch out like this. He's probably on the ground. He's in the ground somewhere. So if you activate the ship, it'll say, hey, go talk to the pilot, and it should mark the pilot, but it's not. That means he's in the ground or he glitched out. Dang it! I was going to sell some gold to you, buddy, but I guess not, huh? No gold for you. Yep, nothing. I didn't want to sell anything to you anyway, you and your stupid shuttle. Whole thing is low in battery, yep. Bob buried him? I wouldn't be surprised. So, oh! first grave.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Oh God, what? Wrong one.
Damn, I'm good! Can you feel that? Huh? Can you feel it, Captain Compost?
It only took 45 minutes, but we got to our first grave. Thank God. I think this is number 1. Angel Fire says 90% sure I just saw a grave marker. I just did too. I did too. Now I'm paranoid. Let me look around a little bit. That outlaw trade ship, he landed to distract me. He's like, hey, I'm gonna land, get them all flustered and angry because there's no pilot, and he'll ignore the grave. He won't even know there's a grave right here. Oh yeah, we got room. Okay, we gotta clear out room because we need to pick up this technology upgrade, whatever it happens to be. His name is Pollen's End. 45 minutes and 3 episodes. Dude, Eternal, more than that. I think I was searching for a grave for like 5 episodes. If they could run all the expeditions, they would have a change a lot of the rewards. Many had all the glyphs as rewards. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, I would love for them to do an expedition replay, but not just this year's. Do all the expeditions we've ever had. Do all of them. I think we've had 13 of them, maybe 14 of them. Do all the expeditions, cut them down to 2 weeks long, give us all the rewards, because so many people have wanted the Golden Vector as a reward. Can't do that anymore. People wanted the Mass Effect Normandy frigate. You can't get that anymore. So it would be really cool, and it'd give them a lot of time, because if you do 2 weeks for, what, 10? Even if you just did 10, that's 20 weeks. That's half a year almost. So that's crazy. I don't know. I don't think they'll ever do that just because it would take a long time. Maybe 10 years from now when they finally finish No Man's Sky and say, look, we moved on to our next game. We're not going to do any more for No Man's Sky. Maybe that's when they do the full replays of you could do any expedition you ever want. And by then we'll have like 20 or 30 expeditions. Yep, 1 out of 16. So I need 4 more graves. And I got a radiation. Oh, I got a radiation protection. I'll take that. It's a C-class. We just did a radiation video, or I did. So definitely check that out, why this is really important. I mean, it's not going to help me here because this is not a radiation planet, but you know what I mean. Congrats on the grave. Yes, Eternal, yep. Why only 4 more? Because we need a minimum of 5 before we can use them. So in No Man's Sky, like right now, if I go to a portal, I can pop in that glyph, that one glyph, and I can get to the center of the galaxy. And that's the whole point of getting your glyphs. You can go to different systems by teleporting through a portal. So it kind of undercuts a fugitive run if you can just get one glyph and be good to go. So part of the rules are you have to get a minimum of 5 glyphs. That makes it really difficult. Get 5 of them, so you have to get 5 graves, and then you can use a portal to get to the center of the galaxy. And it makes it real simple. So that's why we kind of made it a little bit more difficult to do. Because, yeah, ultimately, if you find a grave, like, within the first hour of your game, and you don't have any limitations on that, people can get this thing done in, like, an hour. So that's why we do it like that. That's why I say 4 more. So should there be more graves on this world? Because it seems like a lot of planets don't have them. Oh, there are. There are plenty of graves on most planets, not every planet. So you'll have more than 1. But they are scattered all over the place. And so you have to walk. And I think when you scan, you only go within 500 feet. Like, I can only see 500 feet in each direction. So 1,000 feet total. 500 feet there, 500 feet there, all the way across 1,000 feet. Or 1,000 units, whatever you want to call it. In general. And so you can't see the whole planet. And if you're walking around, it's going to take hours and hours and hours to find it. So in general, you try to look for a small planet because it's smaller, everything's more condensed, but it's also smaller, so it takes less time to go all the way around a planet. Or a moon, I should say. That's why you would look on a moon for a lot of this stuff. But yeah, there are, I think, I mean, I don't know the official numbers. Maybe Zane does. But we've easily gotten, you know, 5, 10 graves on a planet. It's hard as nails to do. It is really difficult because you got to be walking around for hours and hours. But you can do it. I've gotten, I think on one stream, I've found 2 or 3 graves in one stream. We're talking like 4 or 5 hours. So it's possible. Is it likely? Probably not. Because, I mean, you got to get lucky. Because they are procedurally generated, which means they're randomly put on a planet. So, and a lot of people have a theory that, oh, they appear around planetary archives. I've tried that. It does not work. I've tried that multiple times, multiple hours. Go to a planetary archive and just walk around. I don't find a grave. So I don't think that it's a guarantee that if there's a planetary archive, there is a grave near it. It might be near it, but that's not a guarantee that it will be. Let's see what we got here. I thought it was up to 5. A max of 5 travelers can spawn on a planet. Max 2 in the station and 2 max in the trade station and 1 in a minor outpost. That is true, Kevin Dufresne, but travelers don't equal the limit of your graves. It's like that grave that I found back there. I might not have a traveler in the system that belongs to that grave. Like, I might not be able to find that traveler to find the grave. So you can have 10, 20 graves, but only 5 travelers in a system. So the travelers are just there to help you out, but it's like saying that you can only find crashed ships with a transmission tower. You can, but that's not the only ships that are in this planet. Like, people have like literally searched every square inch of a planet, and they found 20, 30 different crashed ships. But you're not going to find that many transmission towers. So that's the travelers are not the limitation. They make it easier. I don't even think I'm hitting it. I think that's too far away, I think. Yeah, I think it's too far away. How about this one? It is so weird seeing the space station right there. Yeah, I think it's too far away. Like, it looks like my bolts are exploding before they hit the ship or the frigate. Too far, dang it. Jason, it will be 10 years since No Man's Sky was announced in December this year. Crazy Cam. That is nuts. Do you think they announce their next game in December? Like, there's always an inclination. Me, Captain Steve, and I, we always talk about, whenever we DM, we message each other, we always talk about, oh, do you think this is going to be the year they announce it? Because we know that they've been working on a brand new game. We don't know what it is. We don't know any details about it. We just know Sean Murray's come out in interviews and said, yeah, we're working on another game. Don't know anything else about it. But we know that they have been working on it since, I think the first interview where he said that was September of 2020. So it's been at least 3 years. I have a feeling, because at that point he says we've been working on it in September of 2020. So if you say they've been working on it for a year, they've been working on it since 2019. So we're thinking 3 or 4 years working on a game. They might be close to finishing it. I don't know. I have no idea. What I do know is that Sean Murray and Hello Games, they are very nervous after the No Man's Sky launch and everyone hating it and calling him a liar and saying that he misled everyone and that they sold a game that wasn't really what they were going to give and blah, blah, blah. So that's made them really hesitant. They don't like to announce things. They don't like to show off things before they're ready. They've learned their lesson a little too hard. So they don't like doing anything unless they know absolutely for sure it's good. So that might mean they might need to be basically finished with the game before they even show us or tell us about it. And that could be 3, 4, 5 years, 10 years. Who knows when they finish? But I mean, hey, I would love to see their brand new game in December for the Game Awards. That's where they announced No Man's Sky. They showed off No Man's Sky for the first time. Oh no, come here. Dang it. I could have landed on one of you. They showed it for the first time at the Game Awards, as far as I remember. Maybe not, but I think, yeah, it was the Game Awards. In December, they had a trailer for this brand new game called No Man's Sky. And it was amazing looking. I found a system with 4 travelers and 1 space station. Nice, Easy. Very nice. That's a lucky space station. Yeah, Jason, they earned that hate because they got on release date. Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't say nobody deserves the hate. Nobody deserves that much hate. Like, you know, I think that Sean Murray is getting death threats. There's no reason for that. Now, everyone did not like the game on release, and I can understand that. I could say, hey, look, you know, we had all these ideas, and he gave the impression that there was going to be multiplayer. There wasn't. There's going to be all these cool things in here, and there wasn't. So I get that. Being upset about the game not being what they said they were going to ship, okay. Being that kind of vitriolic and hateful, I don't know about that. Man, I need to call in my ship, I think. I need to dump some of this stuff off. But to their credit, they didn't just abandon it and go make another Joe Danger game. They didn't say, oh, screw it. This No Man's Sky test is just, it's terrible. Everyone hates us. Everyone doesn't like us. We're just going to skip it and we're going to go back to Joe Danger. They didn't do that. They spent the next, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years making an amazing game. An amazing game. So I would say that they took it a little too hard, but maybe it's for the best. Because now, when they show off a game, I'm sure it's going to be basically good to go. Because they don't want anything like that. They don't want to say, oh, well, we would love to ship this game, but it's not complete yet. Because I think that was the problem with No Man's Sky. I think they bit off more than they can chew. They signed a contract with Sony. Keep in mind, they signed a contract with Sony. Sony helped develop No Man's Sky. You know, help with payments, I'm guessing, but who knows how they helped them. But they helped Hello Games make No Man's Sky in some way. But part of that contract was, hey, look, you're going to deliver the game on this day. This is when the game comes out. And then I'm sure Sean Murray said, look, I would love to, but it's not going to be finished. It's not the game we want. It's not going to be done. And Sony said, look, you got to give it to us. We can't wait forever. And so they had to ship out a game that was half finished. And, you know, by the time 2 years later, by the time next came out in 2018, I think at that point it was basically finished. It was what they said they were going to do, and now they've gone above and beyond. Anyway. I think that I would not be surprised if they announced their new game in December at the Game Awards. I also wouldn't be surprised, Monolith, huh? I also wouldn't be surprised if they are still working on it because they want to make sure it's 100%. Like, it is basically done before we even tell anyone about it. I wouldn't be surprised at that either. So I think that they're still a small team. It's going to take them a while to do stuff because they don't have 10,000 people working for them like other big companies do. Jason, why do you need graves? Because they give you glyphs. So you can find glyphs by doing the storyline or by doing finding graves. Really? I guess I gotta delete something. Let's delete that. Let's see what I get out of here. So you have to find graves. That way I can get to the center of the galaxy faster. Now, I could do it the boring way, jump in my ship and just pulse or hyperdrive, warp to different systems for the next 5 hours and get there. I could do that. But I think it's more fun to go around and... Korvax casing, that wasn't worth it. I think it's more fun to run around and find the graves and kind of talk to you guys and chit-chat about stuff. At least to me, that's more fun. you know, be on the verge of death, maybe get murdered and end my my whole fugitive run after 15 hours. You know, that kind of stuff. Older Andy says 95% of AAA games nowadays promise the world but never deliver. Yeah, and I think that, and it's to Hello Games' credit, they learned their lesson from No Man's Sky. They wanted to get this done. They thought they could. They ran out of time and said, "Hey, can we have more time?" And then, due to contracts, they said no. You know, Sony and people, you know, said, "Nope, sorry. You can't have more time. We need this game out because we need to make money back on our investment. We know people are going to buy it, and it's sad, but a lot of people are going to hate it because they think they're buying one thing, but they're not getting that because you didn't have enough time to finish it. But end of the day, you signed a contract, so you have to honor that contract." So I think Hello Games learned from that and said, look, okay, we're not going to announce it. We're not even going to show or tell anyone about it until it's basically done. That way, when we tell people about it, we know it's in the game, because a lot of the promises, a lot of the things that Sean Murray was talking about in interviews is in No Man's Sky now, but I have a feeling he thought it was going to be in the game at release, and they just ran out of time. They said, look, we didn't have time to do all this stuff. We couldn't put it in, but he thought it was going to be. So when you wait until you're basically done with the game, you can finally, with, you know, hard put down and say, okay, we know it's in there because we have it in there and it's working. The game is basically done. We know it works. We know what's in there. We know what's not in there. We know, hey, look, you know, we don't have multiplayer, or we do have multiplayer. Instead of just guessing like, well, we hope we have multiplayer. We think we'll have multiplayer. It depends on how much time we have. Dang it! I have a problem. You know what? I keep saying I need to do it, but let's do it. Call in my ship. Let's drop off some of the stuff in my ship. RK! Thank you so much for the super chat. Very much appreciated. Let me give you a heart on that. I like it. Thank you so very much. To be fair to them, by the time Cyberpunk already came out, like in December of 2020, No Man's Sky was basically there. It was already done. I would argue No Man's Sky was the game it was promised to be and what it was sold as back in 2018 with the next update. I think at that point they were okay, this is all the content we said we were going to throw in here. We are basically content complete on what we said we were going to throw in here. Now it's all the extras. This is all the, hey, you know, we wanted to do this, but we didn't think we could, or hey, this sounds really cool, let's do that. So now it's all the icing on the cake. It's all the extra cool stuff that I didn't think they would throw in here, or they wanted to throw in here, but it's really awesome. So I love it. Can I throw some gold in there? I can. I need to sell some stuff. Good Lord. Maybe that's what we have to do. Let's go to a pirate system and sell some stuff. Because I don't have any room. We found a grave. So we have one down. We'll find another. We'll find a moon this time. A moon will be easier to run around because we can find stuff easier there. Let's find a pirate system real fast. But yeah, like, they didn't talk about pirate systems when they launched the game. Outlaw systems, whatever you want to call it. So this is really, really cool. All this cool extra stuff. So yeah. Do I think that the content is slowed down a bit? It depends on who you are. I think when you're No Man's Sky or in your Hello Games, it didn't slow down for them. They were making a whole bunch of stuff. But like if you're you know, an Xbox player or a PC player, you didn't feel it as much because they made a Switch version, a Mac version. They made content for other platforms that didn't affect you. That's why. Oh, that's a cool planet. Is that a good one? Is this a good planet to land on? An acrid planet with aggressive sentinels. Nope, it's not. But we need to, what was that? We need to switch out our, ships. They don't want to scrap this one. Oh Okay, so what can we sell? We're selling that for sure. Selling that for sure. Let's move over some of this stuff like that, like that. That's our fuel. Actually, we don't even need that much fuel. That's insane. We don't need this. That. Yeah, that's a lot of fuel. We don't need that much. Good Lord, half my inventory is just radiant shards. Good Lord.
No free slots in suit inventory.
Okay, that'll be good enough. So I'm going to sell all that stuff, then I'm going to scrap my ship. Not that one. What ship do we scrap now? Oh, I got my tank! Look at this guy.
Extreme sentinel loaded.
Look at this guy. It's C-class. Look at that. That's a cool looking. The only thing I don't like is that light green on the back, but hey, I'll take it. That's still cool looking. Oh, of course. I can't call in my my other ships. I know. All right, what else do we have? What else? What other ships do we have? We have a. Oh yeah, we could get rid of some of our fighters. Good Lord, I got a lot of fighters in here. Goodness. Yeah, let's scrap one of the fighters. All those sentinels are waiting for me out there. I also love that all the extra stuff is free. Dude, USM, 100%. 100%. I don't know how their financials are, they do better every year. And I'm like, how? I mean, I understand they have a small team of people. It's not like they're paying hundreds and hundreds of people. So that keeps costs down. They're, you know, they all just go to work. They do their job. They put out an update. And then people buy the game. And so every year they sell more copies of No Man's Sky. But realistically, I'm like, wow, you guys, they have a model of they put out free content. More people buy the game. And it's usually on sale for half price. So it's not like you're buying a full price game most of the time. It's just, it's crazy. Beeblebub says, finale, how many graves have you got? I've gotten one so far, Beeble. One. Are you serious? I just want to call in my other ship. I just want to call in my other ship. Or free on Game Pass. Exactly. It's basically... I would love to know the numbers of how many new copies that get sold every year, every month. Because I can't imagine it being that much, but I mean, obviously they put out a Nintendo Switch version, they put out a Mac version, so they're probably selling more copies than I realize. But it's like, dude, how do you keep paying everyone, you're good to go, and you don't charge for content? That's amazing. I wish other game companies would take that model, whatever they do, but it's not going to happen probably. It's not going to be a widespread thing, I guarantee it. All right. Stay away from me, sentinels. I just need to call in my fighter and get out of here. And it's my C class. Okay, good. All I need. Come on, get me in there, get me in there, get me in there!
Sentinel drones activated.
That thing is not fixed up enough to battle anybody. But if I go to it, yeah, look, it's all busted. I don't even have a shield. I'm not going to go fight sentinels out in space with no shield on. You just found one? Yep, I have one. You mean finale as in this is your last one anyway? No. We're going to finish it today. And if not, I'll cut one episode for tomorrow where I'm just literally warping from system to system for 5 hours straight. It will be done. Because secretly, I have a feeling the next week is going to be the update. I know. Probably not. But in my gut, I have a feeling next week is the update. Dr. D. Dr. D. Nada. I like that. Thoughts on maybe it's taking long since doing procedural space stations interiors too? It could be. I think it's more to do, and I could be wrong. This is all speculation. But I think that the contents are taking, or the content updates are taking longer to do, and they've gotten smaller because Hello Games, I love them to death, but they've spread themselves too thin. They have a No Man's Sky game on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PC, and Mac, and PSVR. You're talking, even if it was just 5, you can get away with 3 of them are just the same. 5 different versions, 8 different versions of the game that they have to test and make sure everything works on. Because you could slap it on PC and it'll work fine, but it might take too much memory, and so that they have to slim it down for the Xbox or the Switch or whatever. So they have to play test and make sure it runs on a whole bunch of different platforms. A PlayStation 5 is more powerful than a PlayStation 4. They have to make sure it works on both. So I have a feeling they bit off more than they can chew, and now they're like, dude, every time we add something to the game, it takes twice as long because we have to add it and then test it on everything to make sure it works. And that's crazy. And we've seen it with some of the updates. All of a sudden, or some of the patches. Some of the patches, they come out for PC, and then like 2 or 3 weeks later, they come out for another platform, and you're like, what? And I have a feeling it's partly to do with the platform. I have a feeling that Xbox is testing it, but I also have a feeling that it's taking a little bit longer. Oh my God! No! I'm gonna die! Son of a... No!
Warning. Threat detected. Hostile ships approaching.
Give me my engine! I don't have any shields! Son of a... Go, 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 go! Oh, thank God. I thought I was gonna get murdered. I thought I was gonna get murked out in the middle of space. Oh, God. Nope, we survived. We survived. I didn't think it was gonna live. I didn't think I was gonna live. Oh, he's gonna die. He's just wishing. Nope. Nope. I got it. I made it. I made it. We made it. I thought for sure. Those frigates came out of nowhere, blocked me from pulsing all the way up here. I thought for sure I was dead. Holy cow. And we're going to sell everything. I pooped my pants, so we're going to sell some of that. We have some extra Fecium to sell now.
Units received. Units received.
Okay. Oof. That should clear out my inventory. Look at all that. That cleaned up inventory. Look at all that room. Good Lord. And now we're going to scrap this trash. Make some extra money. 1 million. Diaper to Jason's office, please. Exactly. No, I have my poop bucket. We're good. I have my bucket. Never, ever stream without your bucket. Let's do this. Yeah. I think we have another one, too. Yeah, we have one more upgrade in here. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. So we had 2. I can sell some of that stuff. I can find another chart. You know what we need to do? I always talk about it. I haven't done it yet. We need to get ammo. We need to get our plasma so we can actually pop that into our weapon. You have plasma for me? You do not. Son of a... That's all right. Let's sell the nanotubes, subatomic regulators. Let's sell the antimatter. We don't need that anymore. I think we're good. Who cleans Jason's poop bucket? Sadly, I do. That doesn't change anything. I change my appearance at every pirate station just for fun, for roleplay. Yeah, that's what I do as well. Well, I don't do it every time, but we did do that. We bent the rules a little bit, so in in payment for it, I had to change my identity by, you know, changing the way I look. So it's fun to do that, kind of go in and mess around a little bit, role play a little bit. Ooh, look at this weapon. Look at this. What is this? Do you have anything good in here? Oh, it has a scatter blaster. I think I already have a plasma launcher, do I? I do have a plasma launcher and upgrade, so I just don't have the fuel. I need the unstable plasma. All right. Well, actually, we should have some stuff in here to sell too, right? Let's see. What else can we sell? We have a million gazillion of these, so let's do that. We don't need all of this. This is just too much. That's all full. Okay. Oh, we can sell one more stack of that. We don't need 2 stacks. All right, just to make room in my inventory. So I put it in my suit. That way I know where to go and just sell it fast. So I can sell it out of my suit, no problem. Don't have to worry about selling too many or not enough. And that should be it. Oh, clean, clean. There we go. Okay. Peterson Chan says, sometimes when I'm being chased by pirates, I do loops around the main freighter to distract them. The freighter raises its shield and starts firing. Yes, and then I make my escape. That's a smart way to do it. All right, let's look for a system that has some moons in it. So we'll head to the center. Like, I could just fly to the center, but it's going to take me a lot of jumps. And you don't want to do that. No moon on that. No moons on that. And we're looking for little moons. Nope. Man, there's no system with moons? Come on! That has... Oh, there's 2 moons in here around 2 different planets, so we'll go with this one. Get my drink. Just some small trash bags. Needs to change his underwear. Dude, I thought it was over. I was like, dude, I didn't expect that to happen. Come on. All right. Where's my moons at? I gotta go into the first person so I can see. No, not that. Where's my moons at? Oh, it's over there, of course, but there's one right here. Let's see what kind of moon this is. If it's a dead moon, we're not worried about it. That's a flourishing moon. That's pretty good. So that's already looking good. We're not going to the trading post. I need to go around the planet, though. I got to go around it. That way I can see what's on the other side. Like that. Oh, it's on the moon! Really? It's literally on the moon I'm going to. That's kind of... Okay. Let's see what kind of moon it is. What kind of moon are you? It looks promising. That's another flourishing moon with ancient bones. How do we have 2 good moons in this system? I'll take it. I'll take it. We're going on the light side of the planet, and let's refill my everything here. Launch fuel. Okay, we're good. Well, let's just see. It looks like it's a purple planet. You know what? We're just gonna land right here. Jackpot! It is a purplish. It's like a dark purple, a wine purple. I'll take that. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Dude, Mel Brooks. In my mind, you can't beat Mel Brooks. He's so good. So freaking good. Well, it's time to run around and look and see if we can find some awesome graves. Come on, really? Jason, when searching for graves, try to avoid planets with bones, grav balls, etc. to reduce the amount of extra yellow icons showing up on the visor. Yeah, that's true, Snafu. That is true, but this one's purple. I gotta make the exception for the purple one. But yeah, so what he means by that is if you're flying low and slow, you will, the icon for a grave comes up as yellow, just like floating crystals, bones, gravitino balls. There's multiple different objects that kind of come in as yellow. And so it doesn't mean you can't find a grave, it just makes it harder because your eye gets caught by the yellow icon and you're like, oh, no, that's not it. Or like that one, like, oh, nope, that's not it. But your eye gets caught by that yellow, and so you might miss a grave site otherwise. There's an unknown building over there. Here we go. I think we're gonna be okay, though. Think we're gonna be okay. Keep heading south. Monty Python. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition? No. Is it? No, I'm thinking History of the World. The Inquisition. Okay. You're probably right. I'm wrong. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition was Monty Python. I'm thinking of History of the World when they do the dance routine for the Inquisition. Seven of 9. Snafu! Just a random moon with 3 resources. No! It's a nice planet. I like it. Now, it's not a paradise planet, so it's not perfect. But it's pretty dang close. It's a really good one. 7 of 9 was hot. 7 of 9 is still hot. Beeble Bum says, yep. Let me go. Pure ferrite boulders spawn in my settlement. No! Yeah, see? Yellow over there. Bones. Seven of 9 is still a 9 to me. Exactly, people bum. Exactly. I know someone who has met Jerry in real life. Dude, Heather, that is a lucky person. Well, I mean, I assume lucky. I don't know. I've never met her, so I have no idea. Maybe she's just a big old, like, in real life. I don't know. I would assume not, but you never know because you don't really know somebody. You know, I don't hang out with Jerry all the time. So it's like I would know. Alien Art says the wiki says graves are only seen if 50 feet away, but isn't that just on starships? Yeah, it's just in starships. If you're flying, you have to fly pretty low to the ground in order for the grave marker to come up on your radar. Not on your radar, on your compass at the top of the screen. If you're on foot, you can see them. I think it's up to 500, but you have to be on foot. That's why I'm on. That's why I'm on foot. It's a little bit slower. You don't fly as fast, but I give up the speed for more accuracy. Because if you're flying too fast in a ship, you'll go right past it. You won't even know. Whereas when you're on foot, you're going slow anyway. And so it's kind of harder to miss them. I mean, not saying I don't miss them because I am pretty oblivious. Graves 50 to 100 units in Starship, 800 on the analysis visor. Oh, really? Well, I don't have a good one, obviously, Beeblebum. My analysis visor only goes up to 500. It is mine, by the way. So, yeah, mine would be the broken one. I always round down, so 50 to, 500. Old Explorer says, Jason, not sure if this is a bug or a feature, but I have been using my scanner to find the autophage camps, and I find if I just put my cursor on it and press the A, it refills it. Oh, really? Ah, that might be a bug. I have to test that out. I need to go back to my main save and do that. Because yeah, I have not tried that. That's pretty genius. If that's the case, then yes. Grave icons are always a little bit more translucent than the other icons. Well, I mean, yeah, they would do that to mess me up, right, Beetle? Just like you see how the bones right here? You see how it's more grayed out than anything else? Like all the other stuff, like your like look at that. The deposit is really bright white. My plant, really bright yellow or greenish, whatever you want to call it. But those bones, look at that bone, is really, really lightly colored yellow. And then when you hover over it, it turns bright. But only when you go over it. Look at that, boom. It brightens it up. No other icon brightens up when you go over it. It just highlights the text around it. So yeah, I would imagine, yeah. Same thing over there. So yeah, I'm just looking around. It is nice to do it on a normal planet, because on a corrupted planet, you have so many icons for like radiant shards, all that kind of stuff. And you're like, oh my god, I can't see anything. Everything's marked. This one is a little bit easier because there's not so many icons on your visor. I want a filter for my visor. Dude, Beeblebum, you don't even know. I would love to have a HUD filter. Like when we do a no HUD challenge, I would say, let me turn off everything except for mission markers. So I won't be able to see, you know, the trade-in outpost marker or all the different deposits. Let me turn off each individual one. That would be amazing. And it would be useful for people looking for graves. You could turn off everything except for graves. That would be awesome. Or if you do a no HUD challenge, let me turn off everything except for like missions. That way I know, okay, I need to go here. Because I would do a no HUD playthrough, except when you have to go to story missions like finding Artemis's ship and things like that. It is impossible if you don't have a HUD on, because you can't see where it is. Nope, nope. 300. 4. Or comm balls. Yes, exactly. Let us turn off comm balls. That would be... I think that is the perfect scenario, because some people want them, some people don't. Let us have the option in the difficulty settings. Again, I would go there, but I turned mine off. I locked it down. But let us, if anything, just let us change it here. Or maybe change it in the accessibility. Let us go in here and have a whole setting just for your HUD. Turn off different markers or anything like that. That would be cool. I would love that. There's a plaque. Yeah. Is that a crash ship? Is that a crash ship? How? How is this? I find a crash ship before I find a grave on this planet by walking. Oh, it has a pilot. This guy. I just saw that guy walking around. No! Where are you at? Where are you at? Come on. Never to be heard from again. Screw that guy. Dang it! I know he was a Gek, but no. You cannot. Don't leave witnesses. Can't leave any witnesses. No HUD, but visor still working. Makes more sense as well. Yeah, exactly. Something like that. It'll give us the options to turn on and off stuff. I would love it. I don't know how difficult it is to do in the game. I mean, they give you a no HUD option. Like, you turn off the HUD. So it shouldn't be that hard. But, I mean, again, I don't know. I'm not a game developer. So, but, I mean, look at that. And just let me do it like this, except for let me mark grave markers. Or let me mark crash ships or whatever. Let me mark one thing at a time. That way it's all clean and nice. I don't got to worry about it. But yeah, instead they just give you on or off. There's no in between. There's no middle ground of, well, you could turn this one on or that one off or whatever. Turn off comm balls during expeditions. Can't see crap on some planet. Dude, exactly. Exactly. Let's turn it off. Now, I know that they pushed out a patch to limit the number of comm balls, but number one, I don't think they limited it very much. And number two, it feels like they didn't limit the right ones. Like, it's like, oh, we limited some of them, but, you know, the 500 comm balls around the rendezvous point, we didn't turn those off. It's like, well, great, thank you. That was the whole point. Is it a good time now to let you know I saw a grave marker 10 minutes ago?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
No, people bum. No. Don't tell me that. I saw a grave marker like 10 minutes behind you. Like, no! Now you have me all paranoid. I gotta look extra hard just in case I missed one. Okay. I didn't see one. Oh, there's an unknown building over there. Now, grave markers will not pop up as an unknown building. Oh, they'll pop up as a transmission tower. No. So, you don't want to go towards an unknown building. It's not like it's going to help you. But I feel like if I zigzag a little bit, I'll be able to see more area. So that's why I'm kind of going back and forth. Okay, won't tell you then. I appreciate that, people bum. Thank you. I once found a first wave exotic via black hole. Nice. Heck yeah. Dude, those are good. Get a whole bunch of storage augmentations. Buying a whole bunch of those ships. And, you know, get nanites and stuff like that. It's a good farm. Still a good farm. Buying first waves, scrapping them, getting the upgrades to sell for nanites, and also storage augmentations, especially if you get like a squid, they might give you like 3 storage augmentations. That's insane. You can farm a whole bunch of them that way. If an update happens, please let it be before Christmas, but after Thanksgiving. Oh, Azrath? I don't think so, man. I don't think we're going to be that lucky. And good seeing you in the chat, Azrath, man. Very awesome, guys. If you're not following Azrath or Babel Bum, definitely follow both of them, as well as Heather Silvermist, Scar. They're both over on Twitch. Miyogi is on YouTube as well. There's a lot of No Man's Sky creators. I'm at the point where I'm almost giving up because there's so many names to remember. You guys, there's so many awesome No Man's Sky creators out there now. And I always feel guilty whenever I name somebody, you know, I name a group of people and I forget someone, and I'm like, oh. So if I forget someone, it's not because they suck or anything. It's because I don't remember because I'm old. I'm an old man. I forget names. No, no, no. Miyogi, yeah. And Heather. Heather's in there too. And Skartik, yeah. Hey, amazing. Azzy-Man. But yeah, I don't think it'll be after Thanksgiving, as I think it'll be before, probably next week. But I definitely think it's going to be before Thanksgiving. In general, they are. So you'll see, like, even the Expedition replays, they will put it out like either a few days before or the week before Thanksgiving. Mark, cough, cough. Mark as well. Mark, an amazing podcast. Oh, yes, living ships are still a thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. A lot of people don't take the time because it takes a... If you do it legitimately, it takes like a week or so to do your first living ship. After that, you can get as many as you want. But the first one you do is going to take about a week. Now, there are ways around that. You can change the clock on your console or your PC and do it that way. But if you're doing it legitimately, they have a timer set for, I think, 22 hours or something like that. So basically a day. So I think that puts off a lot of people. They're like, look, I want a cool looking living ship, but I'm not waiting a week to get it. And I think Hello Games learned that lesson because magically Sentinel ships, they don't take that long to get. They take like 5 minutes. There's no timer built into that. Now, you do have to do some really, interesting stuff. You have to get the brain, you have to collect materials, blah, blah, blah. But you don't have to do the whole, like, living ship quest line. That was crazy. It's a painful process. The first one, yeah. The first one. After that, after you get the first one, you just, as long as you're carrying an egg, it'll just populate living ships. So you're good after the first one. Yeah, that first one is it puts off a lot of people, and I have a feeling that's probably majority of the reason why people don't have living ships. It's just people don't want to spend that much time. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Did I scan you? I did, okay. Golden Gek as well. Yes, I forget the Golden Gek as well. Guys, definitely follow Golden Gek. No riding in space fleas for me. Thanks. Oh, they're cool though. What was that? Oh, I saw 2 stars. Dang it. Nope, nothing. That guy's doing some aerial stuff over there. Nothing, nothing. Alright, thank you for watching. You are awesome. Thank you, Streamlabs. Zane's World, exactly. Zane is another amazing content creator for No Man's Sky and other games. He's been playing a lot of Valheim lately. Beeblebum, you and Zane are going to make me play some Valheim. I know it. If there's no update this week, I might be weak, and I might start playing some Valheim if there's no update coming up in the following week, next week. Because, dude, Valheim, you guys, they make me want to play Valheim. I need to jump in there. And, I'll frame it as I'm trying to warm up for December. I got to get in there and get used to the controls again and get used to building and doing all that kind of stuff. And this time I'll actually have a good house. Oh. 10-4, Silver Lady. Yeah, Ready to Tina's in there as well. Yes. And you guys have all the did you guys look up the list of different people I have on my yes! Captain E-Rock? Heather, did you find that list? Had to have. Because I haven't said Captain E-Rock's name in a long time. And yes, Captain E-Rock is another amazing creator. He's over on Twitch. But yes, definitely check out Captain E-Rock. Azrath says the Invincible. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. Yeah, I take it back. I forgot. That is on Monday. I keep thinking that games come out on Friday, Azrath. Yes, that is on Monday. I will be playing. I mean, I'm probably going to do a Let's Play of The Invincible. It's probably not going to be a stream. But yes, I probably will. I'm not even probably. I will be cutting videos for The Invincible when that comes out on Monday. I cannot wait for that, guys. If you guys don't know about the Invincible game, definitely check it out. So it's not a survival game. It's not like an action RPG or anything like that. It's more of a story-based you can call it a walking simulator, but I think it's more than that. If you played Firewatch, if you played What Remains of Edith Finch, those kind of games, that is what the Invincible is, but it's for a space wreckage. Like, you're basically caught on another planet called Regis 3, and you're trying to figure out what the heck happened. What happened? You wake up as Yasna, and you're like, what? Why are we here? We're trapped here. What's going on? And you're just trying to figure out what happened to your crew, what happened to your ship. Very, very awesome. I put up a few videos about, they had some gameplay demos that they let us get into, and I'm digging it. I'm loving it. It is a slower paced game, so be prepared for that. It's not like some action, Cyberpunk or Starfield or anything like that. It's more slower paced, but I think it's really, really good. I don't need that rusted metal. Look at, there's a planetary archive. That means there's a grave nearby, right? No. Is Valheim on console? Yes, it is. It's in early access on Xbox. I don't think it's on PlayStation yet. I believe it's only on Xbox for now. So if you have an Xbox, you can get it. I think it's on Game Preview, so basically early access on Xbox. So yeah, you can go play Valheim right now if you want to on Xbox, and it's on PC, of course. Not on PlayStation as far as I'm aware. Maybe I'm wrong on that, though. It might be out on PlayStation now, but I know they didn't originally release it on PlayStation. Has No Man's Sky gotten you more into space? Yes, 100%. That's why I was more interested in Starfield. I mean, other than, I love Bethesda games. I played hundreds and hundreds of hours of, like, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, Skyrim. I played Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas. So I love that Bethesda formula. So the fact that they put it in space for Starfield, 100%. 100%. I love that. That's like it has become my offline game. So it's a weird thing when you make YouTube videos for video games. Your job basically becomes your hobby, or your hobby becomes your job. And so there's a weird thing of, like, when I play No Man's Sky, I'm always thinking about, oh, I need to learn how to do this faster, or if I could do this better, I can make a video about it. And I'm always thinking about making videos. So I always try to have a video game that I don't play on the channel. I'm never going to record a video for it, but it's just for me to kind of, because I love playing video games. I need to relax. And so it's my way of relaxing. I cut that off. So like Lies of P, that was one of my games that I was like, nope, that's going to be my game that I don't play online or anything like that. I'm just going to do it. And I love that game. Lies of P is amazing. But I haven't cut any videos on it because I want it to be mine. My own personal game. My relaxation game. And I think that Starfield is becoming that. Because I play it, but slowly I just stopped making videos for it. Number one, not a lot of people are watching them, which is fine. If people aren't interested in it, that's cool too. But number two, I just want to sit down and relax. I'll just play through it, and I'll have it on, but I'll be listening to music, or I'll be listening to a podcast in the background while I'm playing it, and I'm grinding out my levels, or I'm building my base, or whatever. I'm building my ship. So it's kind of like my relaxation game. I got to get out of the swamp in Valheim. Been on hiatus for a while, dude. The first time I think when I originally played Valheim when it came out on PC, when it first came out, and they didn't have any extra biomes. And I think up to that point, they got to the plains, and that was it. I don't even think they had a boss in the plains at that point. And so I played it until I got to the plains, and then I stopped. And then the next time I seriously played it was when me, Golden Gek, Beeblebum, Zane's World, we all played together in a group. And that was the first time experiencing the plains for real. getting into the Mistlands and stuff like that. That was like really, really fun. I love that streaming we did. I think it was last year. And I can't wait. We're planning on doing something this year. We got to get everyone's schedule all hooked up and ready to go because we're all in different time zones. But I think we're going to do it again. So that I can't wait for that. That'll be fun. Yes, sir. We love our work, but we need games that are just for us. Exactly. I mean, it's one of those weird things where you don't usually run into that. Like I worked in retail, so for many, many years. It wasn't like I stocked shelves for fun. So it was easy to kind of separate that. I go to work and I stock shelves, and that's my job. And so when I got home, I was watching movies, I was relaxing playing video games because that's what I like to do to relax. But when your job is the thing you like doing, it's kind of weird. Like, I still to this day, whenever I go into a department store or a grocery store, I always have to zone the shelves. I have to pull all the stuff forward because that was my job for almost 15 years. I did that. And so it's like instinct. Whenever I see a shelf that's not fully zoned, I got to zone it up. It's weird. And so whenever I go into a store, I feel like I'm going to work. And that's kind of what I do when I'm playing video games. I have to play a certain game. That way I know I'm not working. If that makes sense. If I'm playing No Man's Sky, I'm in here, I'm looking for ways to make money, ways to make nanites, ways to find like a really good multi-tool, how to set up my suit, where to find cool ships. And so I'm playing the game, but I'm also doing that work in the background. Like I'm thinking about like, oh, I should probably test this out and see if that works. Or what if I did this? Does that actually, no, it doesn't work. Dang it. Academia is the what? Academics is similar. Okay, when you study something, especially popular culture, it stops becoming enjoyable. Well, I mean, I think it still is enjoyable, but it's harder to do. You have to draw lines, and I think that's why specifically when I play a different game, you have to draw a line somewhere so your brain knows, okay, this is the work side and this is the fun side. That way, there's no confusion between the two. Get out of the way, buddy. Not here for you. You sound like a former Walmart. Yep, I am. I am. 15 years in Walmart, man. 15. Yeah, and then so I worked at Walmart for a long time. I worked at a movie theater called Tinseltown for a long time. I worked at Sears before they closed. I had a lot of retail, work like that, manual labor stuff. Yeah, I did Walmart for 15 years. And for most of that, I think probably for all of that, I was overnight. So I was the graveyard people, and this is all before 2020. So now they don't do, they might do overnight stocking, but they're not open overnights anymore. They used to be open 24/7, at least the super centers were. And I worked at a super center, so we were open 24/7. And I would go to work at 10 p.m., and I would get out of there at 7 a.m. And we'd be there all night, working, stocking shelves. My department was the pet department, and I loved it and I hated it. I loved it because it was hard work. And so by the time you got off of work, by the time you were done with your 8-hour shift, you were exhausted. Your back hurt because you're lifting 50-pound bags of dog food all night. Like I was put on the dog food. And so you're over there, you have to stock it all, and then you have to zone it at the end of the night. You have to make sure everything looks clean and all up front and full. All the labels pushed forward so people can see what they're buying. And you have to do all that before 7. So at about 5 o'clock, we would stop and go zone. But yeah, I did that forever. And so yeah, every time I go into a store, like a Walmart or a Target or whatever, if I see a shelf that's not zoned, I pull stuff forward, I zone it up. Gotta do it. It's instinct at this point. It's like, I mean, jokingly, you can call it PTSD because it's just like I have to. I feel like I'm going to get in trouble if it's not zoned. Imagine a naturally spawning sentinel walker. That would be cool. Like if you go to some of the manufacturing facilities, you'll see a walker just sitting there. Like it's curled up on the ground. So every once in a while you run into them, but yeah, they're not very common. I work for a supermarket. I know what you're talking about. I'm part of the night crew. Yep, Chris. Yep, exactly. Would come in. Oh, is he going to be able to buy my stuff? Oh, there he is. Okay. I was going to say, they need to fix this thing. I don't think I picked up anything to sell, actually. Can I sell anything? I don't think I have anything to sell. No, I don't. Oh, my God. Well, let's see if I can buy some stuff. Scanner upgrades, so I always need that. He's selling nip buds. 350,000? Nanites? What the f? Who has 350,000 nanites? Are you joking, sir? You are high on your own supply. There is no way I'm paying that much. I thought it was 350,000 units. I was like, wait a minute, I have more than that? What? No, that's nanites. Goodness. Rotate? That's exactly, Carol. You got to rotate. Got to make sure you're rotating. PTWD. PTWD. Post-traumatic Walmart disorder. Probably. That's probably what it is. When I worked at Kroger, we had to face the aisles, so I guess Walmart's is called zoning. Yeah, we called it zoning, Gazoodle. But essentially, it's the same thing. You face it, you zone it. It's just bringing everything forward so it looks full and making sure the labels are forward. That way people can read what it is. You line it up with the tags, make sure the home, it's 3 facing, so you have 3 different products, that kind of stuff. Fetty, or Fet Cypher, he says, on my main save, I have about 3 million nanites. Really? I don't think I ever get over like 100,000, because at that point, I'm like, I don't need any more. I'm good. I never get more than that. I can farm more. Like, I could get more, but I'm like, 100,000, you're set for anything, basically. I never get like 300,000. That's crazy. Those are a bit overpriced. Yeah, Eternal. I would say so. I can go get Nip for a little bit cheaper than that. This guy's definitely overpricing his product. On my main, I have a 3 million. Jason, I have almost 13 million nanites. Why? There is nothing you're going to run into that needs 13 million. The term zoning predates Walmart. Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, when I worked there, that's what it was called. All my managers, we had to zone. So you'd work, you would get your loads at night. Giggity.
That's what she said.
You would get they would unload the truck like at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We had the unloaders in the back. They would unload the truck and separate everything. You know, you'd put all the pet department in one area. You'd put all the sporting supplies in one area, all the grocery stuff in one area. And then when we came in at 10, we would drag all of our product out to the floor. All the pet stuff goes down to the pet department. And then we would work from about 11 o'clock until about 4. And then you would clean up, you get all your cardboard and your plastic and stuff like that, take it to the back, put it in the baler, and then from about 5 until 7, you would zone. Like if your area was really fast and easy, you would zone up pets. Like I would finish off my area, and then I would walk around and say, hey, do you need help with your zone? And I would just basically do the whole store. Everything had to be done by 7 a.m. You had to be finished. Everything had to be looking perfect and immaculate. Anyway, let's get a shield module and a scanner module. All right, that's all I need from you, buddy. You're overpriced. 24, 25. Let's see. Anything good? 10 and 21. So I got a 24 and a 25. Nope, 21 is not going to be good enough. Sorry, you're done. All right, let's see if we can get a better skin. That way we can make more money. And that is not good. That one's decent, not great. It's better than this one. Oh, no, maybe. Actually, no, it's not. It's about the same. It's about the same as that one. So we'll get rid of those two. Give me another one that's really good. That's a good one. That is perfection. All right, we'll get rid of this one. That is perfection. So this one was our other good one that we just had. That's a decent one. This one's better. All right, we'll make more money that way. Anyway, 36 years after the last working at 7-Eleven, and I still find myself facing shelves. I know. I feel like once you've done it for long enough, and I'm talking like once you've worked in retail for like a year, it just gets so ingrained into your brain that you just can't help it. Year, maybe 2 years, but I mean, I did it for 15, so it's just part of my personality at this point. It's just part of me. I can't help it. I go into any store. It doesn't matter where I go. I go to a gas station. I go to anything, an Albertsons, a Kroger. I go to King Soopers, whatever. Any store that has product on a shelf, if it's not zoned up, I do it for them. I gotta make sure it looks good. Click on them in the log. It gets the bottom of the center. It will say cancel. What do you guys say? I got used to the Walmart lighting working overnight. I couldn't go outside during the day. Got some eye drops to get rid of it. Dude, I have a problem with bright lights in my well, number one, I have really bad eyes anyway. My eyes aren't great, but I have a sensitivity to bright lights. So working overnight was like a dream come true. Because especially at the Walmart I worked at, they would lower the lights at night. You know, at midnight they would lower the lights in a lot of areas, so it wasn't bright. I mean, by the time I got off of work at 7 a.m., the sun was coming up, but I can just go hide in my house and play video games all day. So it was basically work all night, come home at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, make some good food, play some video games until noon, and then go to bed and wake up and do the same thing again. I would sleep for about, 4 or 5 hours and then wake up and do it all over. And then on my weekend, quote unquote, my Tuesdays and Wednesdays were my days off. I would literally stay up all day on Tuesday because that was my first day off. And I would get all my doctor's appointments done. I would go shopping. And then on Wednesday, it was my free day. I can do whatever I wanted on Wednesday because I got all my stuff done. And I would sleep all night. And then I would stay up all night because it was Tuesday and Wednesday nights. And then I'd go back on Thursday night. So I would stay up all day on Thursday, go in because it felt like you had an extra day. So you would stay up all day on Thursday, go to work half asleep my first day of the week, and then I would come home Friday morning and just pass out. Like, dude, after staying up for 24 hours, you just want to go to bed. I can't do that now. That was like 20 years ago, Jason. I couldn't do that 20 years ago. Not now. I might die if I do that now. I'm too old. I'm an old man. I think everyone should be required to work in retail to know what it's like to work on the other side of the register. Yeah, I mean, I can't argue too much against that. I would hope that people would realize that. Like, you don't know how many people get, so frustrated. And I understand it. You get upset because something bad happens at the store. Something was broken or you're having an issue with an item. I get it. But as a worker, I didn't control any of that stuff. I didn't make the product. I don't price it. I don't work the registers. I don't schedule people. I wasn't a manager. So it's like, I got no control, man. You can yell at me all you want, but I can't do anything. So yeah, it would definitely benefit a lot of people. But I also think that there are plenty of people who have worked retail and they know. And so you kind of forget that over time. I think the shorter you work in retail, the easier it is to forget. So if you only work there for like 6 months, you only work there for the summertime, and you go back to school, you kind of forget. Graveyard shift, yucked. I did that. Dude, Sith, my wife did that. We both worked at Walmart years and years and years ago. And she hates it. My wife is she's not a good sleeper in general. And so working overnight is like a nightmare. She can't do it. I did it because, I was hopped up on sugar and caffeine for probably 10 years straight. It was literally wake up, get a Monster, go to work, pound that Monster down in 10 minutes. Do the first couple of hours. You'd get a break, a 15-minute break at midnight. On my 15, I would go get a Mountain Dew or another caffeinated drink like that. Pound that down in 5 minutes. Go back to work until about 3 o'clock in the morning. That's when you get your lunch. For lunch, I would drink another Monster, eat some food, and just relax a little bit. Then go back to work. And then at 5 o'clock, you would do one more Monster or another energy drink, like a Mountain Dew or something like that. And then you would be basically dead at about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. You couldn't move. You'd be so tired because your sugar rush ran out. And that's not healthy. I'm surprised my heart is still in my chest. But I did that for like 10 years straight. And then finally I was like, I should probably start cutting this out. I don't need to do this all the time. So I stopped doing the energy drinks as much, and you feel it. I still drink energy drinks once in a while, but not even a tenth of what I used to. I mean, not even a joke. Half of my intake of fluids was energy drinks. I was drinking 2 or 3 Monsters. Not even the small, like the Monster, the big old cans of Monsters every day. Well, I shouldn't say every day. 5 days a week, whenever I worked. And on the weekend, I would just drink Mountain Dew because that was a lighter drink. Even though it still has a ton of caffeine in it, it does not have as much as Monster, though. So I was taking it easy on the weekend. But yeah, I would drink Mountain Dew constantly on the weekend, and then Monsters and Red Bull. Every once in a while, when you felt like, oh, fancy, I would drink a Red Bull. I worked third shift at a job from Wednesday night to Thursday mornings to Sunday night and some Monday mornings. Not retail, but yes, it felt like having 3 days off. Yeah, exactly. It would suck because you would have to stay up and you'd be exhausted, but you felt like you got an extra day. So that's why I did it. I would get off on Tuesday night was my first night off. So Monday morning I would get home and I would just stay up all day Monday. Tuesday night was my official night off. So I would go to sleep on Tuesday night, wake up or Monday night into Tuesday. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, see, that's why it's confusing. So Monday morning I would get home, stay up all day. Monday night, officially my day off, or my first day off was Tuesday. Then I would go to sleep that night, wake up on Tuesday morning to have a full day of normalcy. Then I had to go back to work on Thursday, which was technically Wednesday night because it's only Wednesday for 2 hours. It was weird. Yeah, it's weird. When you work overnight past midnight, your days get shifted. It's weird. That's that. We're not finding any graves here. We need to go back to that original planet we were in. Because, man, we found one after 45 minutes. This one's taking a lot longer. Is it just me? Who doesn't hear anything? Do you hear nothing, Vincent? You should be able to hear stuff. I see stuff on my side going through. All right, it's good now. Oh, okay. Maybe you had some weird YouTube glitch. Most likely Hello Games will wait until the start of December for Christmas to give us an update. I don't know about that, Techno Bear. They haven't done that before. That way the new console will be shown off. They can make the trailer more pretty and get the games on folks' minds for the holidays. What? I don't know about that, Techno. Like, I don't know of any official new console. Like, what do you mean? Did they announce a new console that I don't know about? Is the Xbox 5 or the PlayStation 27, are they coming out? As far as I know, there's no official announcement. I know that they're talking about rumors of a Switch, a new Switch console, but that's not till next year as far as I know. And they're not going to wait another year for an update. So, and traditionally, Hello Games has never done anything in December. They usually take that month off for all the workers there to have time with their family. And so, in general, November is the last month we usually get an update. Sometimes it's October, sometimes it's the beginning or middle of November, but it's generally this time frame is when we get our final release of the year. And the last few years, I should say couple of years, has been expedition replays. So we replay the older expeditions in case someone missed it or they couldn't finish it or whatever. But I don't think they're gonna wait to show off in December. I don't know about that. My gut says it's going to be next week. We'll see an announcement of Expedition replays. Maybe some content, some new stuff, but I have a feeling it's not going to be new content. It's going to be, hey, we have the next update is going to be a polishing and performance update. It's just to fix the game to make sure we're going to get rid of some of the bugs. We're going to make sure it runs really good. There's less texture popping, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. The resolution looks better and crisper. AMD 3.0 and DLSS 3.0 have been added to the game. Something like that. You know, more performance for the game. And cleaning up the bugs. And also, Expedition replays. I think so. No Man's Sky for the Atari 2600. Hey, if they could do it, that would be amazing. They did put it on a Switch. I didn't think that was possible. And so it's not the ideal way to play No Man's Sky, but the fact that it even runs on a Switch is still impressive to me. I cannot understand how you can run this on a Switch. Because, I mean, it has a hard time running on an Xbox One and a PS4. And the Switch, it runs. It doesn't run beautifully, and it has a little bit of rough edges on it, but it runs, and that's crazy. No, no. What was that on the right? What do you mean? Now you got me all paranoid. No! What do you mean?
Weather update. Storm clearing.
Are you talking about the yellow, this stuff? The burial site, the bones? Oh, yeah, bones right over here. Let's get some bones. Oh, this is going to be a purple. I like it. I think this is a purple. Ooh, it might be a yellow. Yeah, purple. Dang it. Ah, berry boat. Dang it. Yes. Babel, you have a sentinel ship there. Better get to the Utopia ship. Yes. Why does everyone underestimate Nintendo consoles? Techno! It's not that they underestimate it. It's that their expectations are lower because of the lower power. I wouldn't expect an Xbox 360 to play this game. It's just when you have the examples of what it can and can't play, and you hear about, oh, they had to do this or that to get it to run on the Xbox or the Switch. You're like, okay, there are limitations. Realistically, you have to have those. You have to know the limitations. Like, I don't expect an Xbox One to play the same thing as, like, Spider-Man 2, for example. Spider-Man 2 is a much more power-hungry, more beautiful game. It could not run on the PlayStation 4. I mean, it does, but you also look at it and go, okay, that's a whole different scenario versus the PlayStation 5. So, same kind of instance for the Nintendo Switch. It's a mobile platform with less power. I mean, just play the Nintendo Switch version of No Man's Sky and then go play any other version, and you can see the limitation. 30 frames a second, 720p resolution, and it still kind of has issues. And you're like, wow, you powered this thing down and it still has trouble. So yeah, that's why. It's not because we think that the Switch is terrible or a piece of crap or whatever. It's realistically okay. I would not expect an original PlayStation 1 to run any games from today. Gotta have some kind of an expectation, a realistic look at things. So when it comes to the Nintendo Switch, a console that released right when the Xbox One released, and it was less powerful than an Xbox One, and now we're up to a PlayStation 4, if you want to take that as the example. It released the same time frame as the PlayStation 4, less powerful than the PlayStation 4, and that is an old console now. Old console. So yeah, that's what we mean by that. Not underestimating, it's expectations. All right, Jason, gotta go get some work done, so I'll leave you to it. Good luck finding one grave today. I did get one! Babel Bum, how dare you? I did get one. We're looking for number 2 right now. We're looking for number 2. Dang it. We'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, look at that crash freighter. You can guesstimate how good X module or others by checking their prices. Not always, but mostly higher prices tend to be better modules. Nice. Heck yeah. How many graves are you missing? 4. Hi, I'm Lavi. I'm missing 4. I need 4 more. Well, good luck not dying then. People bomb. Oh, dude, I cannot wait to play some Valheim. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be so much fun. I will definitely not be sabotaging you, Beeblebum. Never. I would never do that. You really notice the difference going from a PlayStation 4 to a 5 with No Man's Sky. Loading times are almost not there. Exactly. I mean, and yeah, it's a realistic expectation. It's like, okay, a newer platform that has more power. It's like saying my laptop with no graphics card and a processor from 2012. Can it run? I mean, maybe it'll run, but it's not going to be the ideal way to play. So you just got to have that in your mind. Like, oh, okay. I mean, I didn't think it would run on a Switch. When so many other games, they just said, probably not. Or if it does, we're going to have to strip it down. Like in the case of No Man's Sky. There is no settlements. There's a big thing missing from the Nintendo version, the Switch version. Again, the Switch version runs 720p, 30 frames per second. If you dock it, it gets up to 1080p, 30 frames per second. But I would argue that 1080p is very, very up-resed. It does not look 1080p. It looks like they're playing the game at like 540, and they're using FSR or DLSS or whatever they can to up-res it up to 1080p. That's not a native resolution. So they had to cut a lot of corners to even get it in there. So yeah, I am impressed that it's not, I guess a better way to phrase it is, I'm not impressed with the power or the lack of power of the Nintendo Switch. I'm impressed with the amount of work they put into the game to make it work there. So it's like, dude, you got to know that they have to do a whole bunch of stuff. They are trimming and moving and adopting and adapting things to make it even run. Whether or not you think it's, an iPhone 15 can run Resident Evil, not the best, but it can. And that's impressive to me, not because it's, the iPhone 15 sucks. It's just a mobile phone. No, it's more impressive that it's running on a phone at all. Man, we're not getting any graves. Switch has no settlements? Nope, no settlements. You cannot do any settlements. So to the point where there's a mission called the Trace of Metal that you need to complete to get to the autophage. And you cannot go to a settlement to get that. So they actually had to make it a random event on Nintendo Switch. So randomly, as you're playing No Man's Sky on your Nintendo Switch, you will run into a mission called the Trace of Metal, where there is some area that's under attack by sentinels. It's not a settlement. They did get capes on there, which that was a good thing. At first, I thought there would never be any capes on the Switch. So maybe in the future they'll add settlements. But again, they have to cut and paste and shrink and move things around to get it to work. So could they have settlements next year? Maybe. I don't know. But they don't have them now, as far as I'm aware. Ugh! Will they ever issue a No Man's Sky 2, or will they just keep updating the current vision? Rick, I think that Sean Murray's already answered that in an interview. He said that he believed that they've already made No Man's Sky 2 with all the updates and content releases for this game, and that like you can say that No Man's Sky Next, the update that came out in 2018, was basically No Man's Sky 2, because it changed a ton of stuff in No Man's Sky. So I think the answer to that question is no. They will never release a No Man's Sky 2, just like there's not going to be a Minecraft 2. They don't see it as a game that needs sequels. They just add more content. So instead of a No Man's Sky 2, they'll just add in the Echoes update or the Frontiers update or whatever. They'll keep adding more and more to the base game. And the new game they're working on right now is not No Man's Sky sequel or anything like that. Sean Murray, when he had an interview about it, he just said, we're working on something. It is not a No Man's Sky sequel. The only thing we got was that it was on the same scale as No Man's Sky. What does that mean? No idea. Same scale meaning it's a big universe? I don't know. Same scale meaning it's procedurally generated? Maybe. But we don't know anything else other than that. But we do know it's not a sequel. Maybe it is now. I don't know. But that was like, I think 2022. So that was a couple years ago, maybe a year and a half ago at this point. Anyway, yeah, so long story short, they will just keep adding more content and never make a No Man's Sky 2, a sequel. The same, they're treating No Man's Sky at the same level as like a Minecraft or like a Fortnite. They're never going to make a sequel. They'll just add more content. So it won't be the same game, but it's not going to be a sequel game either. It's just going to be more stuff in the same structure. No Man's Sky 3, maybe. I keep joking, and it's like half joking, half hopeful, I guess. They revamped the entire game because I feel like they were limited by their original vision, because the No Man's Sky runs on their own proprietary engine. It's the No Man's Sky, whatever you want to call it. So it's a procedural engine that makes all this stuff. And so I have a feeling they made this game with some ideas in mind, and then they got in there and said, oh, like 2 or 3 years later, they're like, hey, actually, we don't need this, or we have this stuff, but it's broken, but we can't get rid of it because it's a core component of the game. We'd have to just basically restart the game. So I keep joking that they're going to make a No Man's Sky Forever. And it's going to be basically a new updated or a remastered version of No Man's Sky. It'll be a No Man's Sky remake, essentially. And it's just going to be them saying, look, when we launched No Man's Sky in 2016, we thought we were going to need all this stuff, and we didn't. Or we didn't realize we were going to have to focus on multiplayer, so we need to integrate that better in the game. So we just need to remaster this thing. So it's No Man's Sky Forever. And we'll just launch with that. It'll only be on next generation systems, on PS5, on Xbox Series X, on PC, because it needs that power to run. It needs that much memory to run. And there it is. But that's just a pipe dream. I don't think they're ever going to do that. That is just me wishing and hoping. Forever! Yes, exactly. No Man's Sky 4 the number 4 and ever. Yes. Or what TF2 used to be. Yeah, or it's not like they do an Overwatch 2, right? Oh, wait. Yeah, and I think that's what you run into, because the thing that Call of Duty runs into, and I feel like they're realizing it now with their new model, is they, for years and years and years, you'd release a Call of Duty, and then you'd release a new Call of Duty and have everyone move over to the new game, so your old game is basically done. It's over. The problem with that nowadays is you're selling maps, you're selling DLC, you're selling skins, and people are like, hey, I don't want to move to the new game because I spent like $100 on skins in Call of Duty 2020. Why would I move to the new game? I already spent my money, and I don't want to buy it again. And if you're not going to buy it again, then what's the point in releasing a new game? So then you're like, oh, you're stuck in there. So then you start saying, well, we're going to shut the servers down. And it's like, well, okay. Then when you force it like that, then people are not going to like you. You know, same thing happened to Destiny 2. They don't make a new game, but they release more content. And for lack of a better, to be nice about it, the game got so large that they had to get rid of the old content. They're like, look, dude, This game file is like 200, gigs. We can't have this game file be this huge. So we're going to get rid of some of the older content and replace it with new stuff. And to me, that's kind of like I paid for that DLC. I should be able to play that forever. Why? Especially if you didn't release a brand new game. Like, why not release Destiny 3 or Destiny 4 or whatever? They want to go with Destiny 1 forever and just keep adding more content to it. I don't know. I don't know if that gel's the same. I'm still peeved about that. Me too. I was like, dude, because I bought original Destiny 2 when they had a campaign, when they had all that stuff, and then they revamped it into a free-to-play shooter, which is fine, but they got rid of all that old stuff. And you're like, okay. I bought all this content, and now it's just, thank you, goodbye. I can't play it. It's locked off. So there's different ways to do it. I think that No Man's Sky does it the best. They do free content updates. Everything stacks on top of each other. But the problem with that is you start seeing the cracks. They add more content to the game, but it's not interconnected. So if you want to do essentially if you want to do the living ship update, that's its own thing, and you can totally skip it if you want to. The problem is you can probably skip it and not even know it. You're like, what the? There's living ships in this game? I didn't know that. Because it's so out there in the middle of nowhere that you'll never run into it unless you're looking for it. And so everything's kind of like on its own. So it's not joined together. It doesn't feel like a cohesive package. Now it's free. You don't have to worry about paying for it. So if they ever had to remove it or whatever, I would be upset about it, but I didn't pay anything extra for it. So it's not a big deal. Not as big of a deal, I should say. Anyway, a lot of conversation about that. Long story short. No, I don't think there's ever going to be a No Man's Sky 2 or a sequel or anything like that. Even like a remaster or a remake. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to support No Man's Sky for many years, and then they're going to get to a point where they say, you know what? We finished it. We've added everything we can. We can't think of anything else. We feel like it's a full package on its own. And so we're moving on to the next thing, whatever that happens to be. And then they'll just move on, and they'll have a new game, whatever that new game happens to be. You know, Joe Danger in space. I have no idea. And then they'll just do the same thing. They'll support it with content and add to it and do that. And hopefully they learn. You know, I'm sure that there was some rockiness of, well, we wanted to add this, but like, again, I know I'm picking on the living ships update, but it's an easy example to use. A lot of people don't want to dedicate that much time to something that, like that. It's a cool idea to have this big mission structure and this cool objective to do, and it takes you a week to do it. But in reality, people are like, look, dude, I just want a cool ship. Make me work at it, but, there's a gray area of it shouldn't be instant, but it shouldn't take me a week. So maybe there's a little bit more leeway in there. Maybe make it take a day. Okay, I can get that. Maybe make it take an hour. Okay. But, this whole, it's going to take a week to get your ship. Okay. So, hopefully they're learning that kind of stuff. And they're like, okay, this content worked or this content didn't really work. We released it and everyone was excited for it that month or that couple of months. But now, how many people today are using living ships or even doing living ship content? I don't know. I have a feeling not very many people. It didn't stick around as much as like the Sentinel ships. I still love doing Sentinel ship stuff. So many racing, beatbox. What else? Oh, dude, I can't wait to see what they do. I can't wait to just see what they're working on. What was that? Oh, that's a crash freighter over there. I mean, I can't even imagine after working on No Man's Sky for 7 years, they have to. They know the back end. They know the stats of what players are working on, what players are doing. What players are interacting with the most, what players are ignoring, like they don't care about. And so they probably have a whole bunch of information like, okay, when we make our next game, we don't have to use a living ship. That's not going to be a good idea. We don't want that kind of content. Or how many people have pets? How many people use their pets? I don't know. Maybe they have a chart that says, yeah, everyone, they use their pets. It's crazy. So we need to have pets. Whatever game we make next, we need to have a pet in that game. Maybe, I don't know. Old Explorer says, I do not see what the deal is about getting living ships. It's a gameplay, it's free, and gives you something to do. Yeah, it does. I mean, I think they had a lot of promise, but again, it's one of those deals where they just launch it and let it go. So they never add anything more to it. Maybe they will in the future, but living ships feels like they put it out there. It's a cool ship to get. It looks really unique. And that's about it. There's no special features about it. There's no like bonus for it, really. So there's no incentive like, oh, you have to have a living ship because of whatever reason. There's nothing like that in there other than it looks really cool. That's it, the aesthetic of it. And I think that would work if it didn't take a week to get them. Like if it was easier to get a living ship, I think more people would have them and more people would use them. But the fact that it's basically just a cosmetic item that looks really neat to have, but it takes a week to get, like, the cost is too prohibitive. That's what I did with mine. I got rid of them. I still have mine on my main save, but I mean, I don't use it. I don't use it very often at all. I don't think I've upgraded it. I need to go through and upgrade it, but I haven't done it. Useless now that they can break in galaxy transfers. It was cool when they didn't break. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff like that. Like, I really loved it when haulers were like the ship to have because they had the biggest inventory. There was a reason to have a hauler. And then they introduced upgrades so you can upgrade your inventory. You can max out your inventory in your ship. And it's like, well, okay, nobody wants a hauler anymore because the only other bonus it has is a shield, and you can get shields with upgrades. So why? Why do I care about a hauler? You know, so now it's all about aesthetics. What ship do you prefer? Which look do you prefer? And it's like, I mean, that's cool, I guess, but I mean, like for me, I only mess with sentinel ships and fighters. Explorers are a pain in the butt because they have a huge head, so you can't see anything. The forehead of an explorer just blocks everything. Shuttles are terrible. They just look bad, and they're like the generic jack of all trades, but it's not even a high jack of all trades. Exotics are cool, but again, I would rather just have a sentinel or a fighter that I upgrade to be better than an exotic. Okay. I started a new main save so I can keep up the Radiant Pillar and the OG multi-tool. Nice. Well, I know over on Reddit, they actually have locations for all those old stuff. So if you ever got rid of it, you can go and find the original, like, stuff. Todd says, hey, has Jason been going in circles? I don't think so. Where's my ship at? That's the big question. Where's my ship? There it is. Nope, over an hour away. I've been walking for an hour straight looking for a dang grave. Over an hour, technically. Because it rounds it off. It rounds off the time. It doesn't tell me like an hour and 2 or an hour and 10 minutes. It just says an hour. Yeah, looking for a grave for over an hour now. So I'm heading south. And I am doing a little bit of zigzagging so I can cover more area. What? You don't like the toilet paper tubes? Dude, I call them the toothpaste tubes. I hate them. The shuttles are good when you don't have a lot of money and you need a ship. That's about it. Every other ship has better stats. Every other ship looks better, flies better. It's just overall better. The only reason to get a shuttle is that you don't have money. You're just like, look, my other one's broken and I need a ship to get me somewhere. That's it. That's the only reason. I mean, I'm sure that somebody out there loves Sentinel ship, or not Sentinel, shuttles. I'm sure you love them. They're just not my kind of deal. Just like the Blaze Javelin. I know somebody out there loves the Blaze Javelin, but that is the worst weapon on the planet to me. I hate the Blaze Javelin. It is a waste. I would rather go with any other weapon. Give me a pulse spitter. Give me a positron ejector. Give me whatever. Any other weapon. Give me the neutron cannon. I'll take that over freaking Blaze Javelin. But someone out there loves the Blaze Javelin, and I get it. M Hill says, so shuttles are good for shuttling you to a better ship. Exactly, that's why they're called a shuttle. Exactly, hit the nail on the head, man. Oh no, we're just seeing things now. The Blaze Javelin is good for sniping. I mean, I would say that the get a bolt caster. Look at this. Let me get my bolt caster with the combat scope. I feel like I could do this better. I can snipe that tree over there. I feel like that's better. Like, I mean, yeah, there are benefits to the Blaze Javelin, but I think they're outweighed by it takes carbon to recharge it, which is so irritating. Why? Changed out that ammo. Carbon is very useful for everything else. It takes time to charge it up to actually do damage, just like the neutron cannon. Why not have a neutron cannon? It's just like, it's just not my flavor of thing. Oh, wait. We have bones over here. Let's see if we can get some good bones. That's a bad bone. That's a bad bone. Where's this other one? Up there? Where's this other one? I got a third one. Where's this thing at? Oh, it's way down there. Oh, God. Is it under the bedrock? Probably. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, we don't know what this one is, so we're going to pick it up. That's a blue one. Of course, it's a blue. So, because I played this game for way too long, you can tell what kind of bone you're going to get when you just look at it. So, the round one that looks like a spine, these are the blues. You're always going to get a blue out of that one. If you see one that looks like a rib cage, that's a purple. Or, you know, it'll look like a jaw on the picture, but it's more of a rib cage looking in the real world. This is going to be a blue because it looks like, again, it's the circle. It looks like a spine piece, a vertebrae. That's a blue. And if you want a yellow, a legendary, the most expensive one, it looks like a skull. So that's what you're looking for. Wait a minute.
That's what she said.
Oh, yes. Bad to the bone. That's not a grave. I mean, it is a grave. It's just not the grave we were looking for. We're looking for a better grave. Oh, is there another bone down here? Where? Where's this other bone at? Okay, it says there's a bone on my radar. You see on my radar there's a yellow symbol? That means there's a bone down here, but I don't know where it is. I don't see it. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see anything. There is no bone down there. Oh, God! It's way down there. It's probably under the bedrock again. Yep. So this is the bedrock, just like in Minecraft. You cannot go past the bedrock. So no matter what you do, you can't go past this. That's like the center of the planet. What you can do is sometimes you got to go into first person. And you can... There you go. There's a weird glitch to where if you look at the ground, you can just pull things out of the ground. They're probably going to patch that, but I'm glad they didn't for this case. I can get my bone. Are all these trees growing up into the ground? That's weird. And it's not just one. It's like a lot of them. Look at this. All of these trees are just growing right up into the ground. That's a weird procedural generation problem. Anyone ever watch Red Dwarf on PBS? Oh, years and years ago. These aren't the bones you're looking for. Exactly. This is not the grave we're looking for. All right, let's keep heading south. All right, guys, we're going to do a hit and run on this guy. Just to see how powerful my weapon is. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Now the problem is when you get to the quads. The quads are not good. The quads, the dog sentinels, they'll take you out.
Warning. Sentinel combat unit deployed.
Don't you summon anyone. Anyone else? All right, now when the quad shows up, I'm going to run away like a chicken. Mark, thank you so much for the super chat. You can tell what kind of bone you get.
That's what she said.
Yes. Where's this quad at? There he is. Yeah, see? Look at that. His laser is just destroying me.
You're pretty good.
You are pretty good, Mark. Thank you for the distraction. Almost got me on that one. Oh, God. Yeah, see? Look at that. Holy cow, that sentinel. I got a paralysis mortar, buddy. Oh God, we got a. Oh God, summoner, gotta go. Nope, we're gonna run away. We're gonna. Oh Jesus! He just shot me. That was a sniper rifle. Good Lord! Run away like a chicken. Yeah, the quads are not a joke on extreme. On normal mode, they're not that bad. On extreme, man, that laser destroys your shield. It's insane. Build some cover with the terrain manipulator. Yeah, but he'll just run around it. So I try to use like mountains and like normal stuff like these rocks as like natural barriers, but yeah. All this knowledge and power still hasn't finished a Fugitive Run. Never midnight. Half the fun is just doing it. Half the fun is just running it constantly. No, well, honestly, it is a lot of luck. So you can have all the knowledge in the world, but I mean, there's some things like finding a grave that you can maximize your chance, but it's also like saying, I know what the lucky numbers in the lottery are. You're still playing the lottery. So even if you know what the lucky numbers are, the numbers that come up the most frequent, you're still at the end of the day playing the lottery. And sometimes you win and sometimes you don't. You just got to play long enough. On a long enough timeline, we all win. There's no shame in running. That's called survival. Exactly. No, we're not running away. We are just progressing in a reverse fashion. Silence says, is it true cave bases will go back to a cave even if you put walls on the ground? Yes. So the terrain. The problem, and it's always been there, is that No Man's Sky, like if I do this. No, not that. If I wanted to say, hey, look, I would need my base right here, so I'm going to flatten this out a little bit. And then I would say, hey, you know what? This looks good. I have a flat ground. We're perfect, right? I can make my base here because it's nice and flat, right? No Man's Sky does not like to remember that you got rid of the dirt, so the dirt will come back. Even if you save it, even if you upload it, it just happens. Now, it won't happen as frequently like it used to happen all the time. It's still, it'll last for a while, but eventually all of this terrain will come back. So all of this dirt that I got rid of, it will come back. It'll reload randomly. It might not be tomorrow, it might not be the next day, but eventually it will come back. Because the game says, oh, no, there's supposed to be dirt here. What's wrong with you? And I think it works to the benefit of us, because how many times have I just dug a hole straight down and then left it? You know, I'm never going to come back to that hole. I'm never going to build anything here. So it's actually a benefit that this will come back eventually. However, like if you come back in 2 weeks from now, this will be filled in like normal. But it sucks when you're making a base. I wish that they had more of a, I don't know, more of a memory. I think it's a memory thing. I think it's a server side issue. It is, there's so many people building bases and there's so many edits going on that there's no way for the servers to remember everything. There's no way for them to keep track of everything. And so the server will revert and say, oh, no, there's supposed to be dirt here. Well, that's no good. Not good news to me. Yeah, I know. I mean, it sucks. A lot of us do that. So you'll see a lot of, if you haven't noticed, you'll never not notice it now. A lot of like major No Man's Sky builders, they build up in the sky. There's a reason for that. Now, I'm not saying that they only build in the sky. There's some of them that build down on the ground, but it's not very often because the terrain messes with your bases. It just happens. And so a lot of builds you'll see, they're up in the air for that reason. You should find a moon. I am on a moon. This is literally a moon. That's the problem. Maybe we should go to the other moon. Because there was 2 moons on this system that are really good. But I am on a moon. I don't know if you can see. Catalog, my discovery. I'm literally right there on the moon. Unknown moon, unknown moon. I'm on the moon that's for this planet. I'm right there. Boom. It's just, I'm not having any luck. Yeah, you know what? We should go to let's go to the other moon. Maybe the other moon will be luckier. I got rid of all my ammo. Okay, that's good. I thought it was something else. I thought it was all my batteries. I was going to say, son of a... Run east or west along the equator. I wish that they had a big dotted line for the equator. That would help out a lot. All right, let's go find that other moon. I think it's on the other side of this planet. Oh, no, it's over there. So that is another flourishing moon. Let me move some of the bones out of my inventory. There we go. Oh, don't need that.
Technology recharge.
Think we're good. Imagine being a fugitive and not just going to the space station for grave markers. I know. Can't go to the space station because they'll rat me out, man. All those aliens, they're going to call the authorities. All the sentinels will be right on top of me. Is this another pink or is it purple? This is pink. Okay, I'll take this. Look at this. It matches my armor. All right, this time we're going to go north. Instead of going south, we're going to go north. Let's see if that works. Abandoned building right off the bat. I'm already feeling good about this planet. You blend. Exactly. I blend in, Technoberry. Exactly. This is my plan all along. They'll never find me because all I have to do is lay down and I blend right into the ground. This is my my BDUs. we're ready to go. The Sentinels had to say hi. Exactly. As soon as I land, they're like, hey, just so you know, we don't tolerate any of that nonsense over here, so don't be collecting material. What is that? Don't be collecting materials and stuff. We don't deal with that stuff here. But yeah, we're gonna go north this time. Nauseous, heartburn, yes, yes, exactly. Pepto-Bismol. Upset stomach, diarrhea. Good lord. Gotta get that stuck in my head. Why do we have Gravitino balls all over the place? I'm a little bit nervous about that. Why are there Gravitino balls all over the place? Usually that means it's a high security planet. I'm a little bit nervous about that. This is chaos. We don't collect materials here. Exactly. It's a literal worst earworm, dude. There's that, and then there's, oh god, what's the other commercial? Oh, it was a headache commercial. It used to be a stick. Then you would rub it on your head to get rid of a headache. It's the most ridiculous thing in the world. Oh my god, I can't remember what it is. Now, it bothers me that I don't remember. But it was literally, I think it was back in the 90s, maybe early 2000s. It was a stick of stuff that you would rub on your head to get rid of a headache. Head on, yes, to apply directly to the forehead. Yes, apply directly to the forehead. Exactly. That's what I was remembering. God, that would get stuck in your head because the commercial itself would say it like 10 times. They're like, head on, apply directly to the forehead. You need some head on, apply directly to the forehead. And you're like, oh my God, quit saying it. But it would get stuck in your head because they would say it so much. And it was so terrible. This is a pink, glowing planet. I'm liking it. That looks like a manufacturing facility or a resource depot. I'm going to go with resource depot. I don't see a roof. Oh. Something. Those sentinels are just sitting there. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Just a penny a day. Now that's our earworm, exactly. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Commercial earworms. Anticipation. It's making me wait. Exactly. Oh, God. I think they should change the rule from 5 graves to only 1. Larry, we might do that at the end of the stream. But I'm thinking of it right now. And what if we make it 1 grave? However, after we go through the center of the galaxy, we have to fight the sentinel freighter. If we escape with our life, we win. That way, it's a fair shakeout. It's only 1 grave, but because we only used 1 grave, the sentinels will find us on the other side. And therefore, we have to fight them. We have to destroy a sentinel freighter in order to escape. The man got her teeth. Exactly. Baby Shark is the worst earworm, dude. I was working at a radio station with when Baby Shark came out, and yes, 100%, dude. When everyone thinks it's a funny joke to bring it in and show you because you're a producer, and you're like, it's the 15th time I've heard it today. Thank you. Kind of like the Shroom planet. It is pretty nice. I will say it is pretty nice. I'm not seeing any graves, but it's pretty nice. It's definitely a better looking planet than the last one we were on. For sure. Last one was purple, but it did not glow like this. This is pretty cool. And the last one was more mountainous. This one's kind of flat, so it's easier to see where you're going. That's antenna. Yep, beacon. Do you know? I think I need a planet moon with less yellow icons. Maybe. I mean, that always does help. Oh, wait, where am I going? North, north. How about the gummy bear song? Just, yes, gummy bear. I'm bouncing to hear it. Oh, God. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Hello, Professor Cynical, dude. Thank you for hanging out, guys. Remember, Professor Cynical makes some awesome content as well. He is on the long list of amazing content creators for No Man's Sky. Definitely check out his channel. And, Professor, you think we're getting an update next week? You think on like Sunday night we're gonna see an emoji? Or do you think he's gonna wait? They're gonna wait until like middle of November and just give us replays, expedition replays. What do you think? I'm thinking update next week, and it's not gonna be a major update. Don't get me wrong. I'm not thinking it's gonna be a huge update. I think it's gonna be like a performance update, and then they're gonna have expedition replays like a week after. Middle of November. Oh, don't go near that. That's a transmission tower. It will transmit my location and I'll get found. No midnight Jason Shark. No. Ninja face. Don't grave markers show up in your ship if you get close enough? Yes. But you have to be within 50 feet, whereas if you're on foot, you can be within 500. So you have a little bit of an advantage on foot. You just go slower. Whereas with a ship, you go faster, but you have to be really close. You have to be within 50 units. Whereas on foot, you only have to be within 500. So that is the one big benefit. And I like running around, living dangerously. You know, randomly attacking the sentinels, that kind of stuff. Da-da-da. Oh, did I miss Professor? Ooh, I'm feeling it, bud. I'm betting next week for sure. Yep. That's what I'm thinking, too. I'm thinking we see an emoji on either Sunday or Monday. Depending on your time zone, it might be Sunday night or Monday morning, Monday afternoon. Depending on the time zone, but it's going to be right there at the beginning of the week. We see an emoji, and then the update comes out on Wednesday. Again, I think it's going to be like a performance or a bug fixing update. It'll be, oh, you know, we added FSR 3 and DLSS 3 or whatever. You know, they'll add some performance feature to No Man's Sky, not content wise. Just, hey, we fixed some bugs. We also cleaned up some textures and things like that. It runs better on the Xbox One and the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch, blah, blah, blah. So, but most of it's going to be, hey, look, we fixed a whole bunch of stuff, and here's some expedition replays. They start next week, middle of November. I think that's what we're going to see. I could be wrong, though. Maybe next week we get the biggest update of the year. The just massive, super gigantic update. I don't think so, but maybe it's possible. There's no rule that says they can't do that. I just don't think it's very likely they do that. Jason Danger plays. Exactly. It says Danger plays here on your info. Oh, that's my middle name. Daylight savings is this weekend. Yeah, we get an extra hour. That's the only good part about it. You have to pay for it in the beginning of the year. In the springtime, you have to spring forward. Fall, you get to fall back. So we get 1 extra hour. Well, I mean, I think in Europe, I think the UK, you guys already did your time change, right? Is that right, Scar? I think you guys already did your time change. So, yeah, in America, we're doing ours this weekend. I just looked this up. They can randomly spawn by some structures. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's why I'm just kind of walking around. But I mean, it's random. That's the key word there. The random. In Canada too this weekend. Nice. There you go. At least you have one thing correct. You guys did your Thanksgiving way too early, Heather. You guys did yours last month. Make it so we can remove the wires from our sentinel ships. Ugly and blocks the screen. See what power settings you're on. Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of the aesthetic, though. They wanted to feel like you hijacked it, like you stole that ship. So I don't think they're going to change that. Maybe. I mean, maybe they give you an option. Maybe that could be ship customization. It's not the exterior. Maybe it's the interior. They let you choose what the inside looks like. Maybe. Because that would be easier to do, because in general, a lot of the ships look the same. If you get into a shuttle, they all look the same on the inside. You get into a sentinel ship, they all look the same on the inside. So maybe that's an easier way to customize. You can just say, oh yeah, you can customize the interior. You can change the seats and the buttons and the screens and all that kind of stuff. We've found a lot of metal fingers today. Really? I don't care. I'm doing it. It wasn't me. It was some other guy. He ran away. I was here protecting the metal fingers. Oh, they're all uranium anyway. It doesn't matter. Okay. I was hoping for more gold. Professor Cynical. Yeah. How's the family? And a guy who wanted a job in electrical engineering. I said to see it as a hazard. Oh, well, I mean, yeah. Open wires that are, I mean, I don't think they spark, do they? I don't think they spark. Maybe they do, but they definitely look like they're live for sure. There's no question about that. Old Explorer says they should be called Jason Runs, not Jason Plays. It's just Jason runs in circles. Need to get rid of it. Indiana did even stuff. Sorry. Whew. Midnight says need to get rid of it. Indiana didn't even start it until 2006. I hate it. I hate the time change too. I know I have family and friends that live in Arizona, and I'm like, man, I'm jealous. They don't do time change there. I'm like, man, I wish. And that is the thing. It causes a whole bunch of havoc. We knew I was in radio, and we knew anytime there was the first rain, the first snow, and whenever the time changed, there was going to be major traffic problems. Because when it first rains, everyone forgets how to drive. The first time, not any time after that, but the first time. You have more accidents than ever before. The first time it snows, same thing. Everyone forgets what they're doing, and they crash. And the first time there's time change, people are either late, or they're early, or it's too dark, or it's too light. There's a change, and so they're like, oh, I'm not used to this, and they crash. And it was like, without fail, we knew our traffic guy would come in early anytime there was anything like that. Like, oh, there's snow in the forecast, you got to come in early, buddy. There's gonna be some traffic. It's the first snow of the season. Yep. Dun, dun, dun. The range of radar detection is 50 when on foot. Is it? I thought it was 5. No, that can't be right, because the one we saw earlier was more than 50. So I believe it's 50 in your ship. And it's going to be, I think, 500 when you're on foot. I know Beeblebum said 800. I don't know if that's true. But I don't see anything over... I mean, there's 522. But I mean, I'm not seeing anything that's 800 away. So I always went with my gut and said it was 500. 300. Yeah, see, I'm not seeing anything really that's beyond 500 other than that one, what is it, thing, Star Bramble, which is 522. But I mean, still, that's basically 500. You know, my ship is 30 minutes away, but you know, 100, 170, 250, 479. So I never, in general, you don't see things beyond 500. 557, there you go. Yeah, 800 is way out there. Anyway, earlier in the stream, we found one, and I think it was 300 away. It wasn't 50, I'll tell you that. It was more than 50. Limit is 650. Okay. Does it depend on the multi-tool upgrades? It could be that too as well, Peterson. Maybe it is. If it is, it might be 650. It might also depend on your upgrades, but I mean, I have scan radius plus 86%, scan radius plus 21%. So I have a pretty good multi-tool. So it's not the best. I do have some upgrades on it. They give me a larger scan radius. However, I think scan radius, instead of being on your visor, I think your scan radius is this when you scan. And so it'll scan all the objects, and the more upgrades you have, the farther out it'll mark them. Like my oxygen, like that. Boom. Sodium, 278. So I think that's what they mean by scan radius, is your actual scan ability. Your HUD is at the top of your screen. Is it 50 units? Oh, you mean the compass? I think the compass might be 50. So if you're talking about the compass at the top with the north, yes. We're talking about the visor. Like if I pull out my visor like this is going to be up to 650, maybe 500. But yeah, if you're just talking about the notifications on the top of the screen where the compass is, like you see that arrow right there. Or you see the white star, the golden stars right there. I think that is 50, yes. And that it goes the same thing with your ship as you're flying around. It only goes within 50. But again, that's why I'm on foot. I'm looking around because I can see up to 650, 800, whatever it is. More than 50 away. I got 720. Alex, you got 720? Maybe Beeblebum is right. Beeblebum said 800 before. Maybe 800 is the maximum, and I'm just not there yet. I need more upgrades. I always thought it was how far you can scan plants and animals. Oh, no. If you're talking about the compass is only 50 feet around you, or 50 units. Your visor will mark things longer. Like, there you go, 683 for that star bramble. That's pretty far out there. So maybe Beeblebum is right, 800. But all that being said, it doesn't mark everything. That's the problem. I've run across many buildings that I see them and I know they're there, but when I pull up my visor, it does not know that there's a building there. And I would assume that goes the same thing for a grave. You might not see a grave, even though it's there. You pull it up on your visor, it might not show up. Like that. That damaged machinery should be marked, right? There's no marker on that damaged machinery. Now it marked. Look at that. It only marked it when I got within 100 units of it. So, it's not a guarantee. And sometimes it'll mark it way out there, 600, 700 units away. Sometimes it'll only mark it when you're right next to it. I don't know what affects that. I don't know what changes that. Thermal protection module. I'll take that. Oh, I already have one. Son of a. I don't need that one. Man. I was all excited. I was like, yeah, I got one already. I got one. I'm good. Nope, I don't need it. But yeah, I don't know what affects it. Like that one. It's marked an unknown building 400 units away. There might be one over there that's only 500 units away, but I don't know because it won't mark it. Graves are fickle. Yes, they are. Indeed, they are. So what we might do is we might look for a monolith. We're going to mark the location of a portal. And then we are going to fight the sentinels when we get over to the other side. That might be it. That might be what we do. Oh, there's a plaque. I was going to say, really? I talk about portal or a monolith and it shows up? That was a plaque. Plaques don't matter. Techno Bear says, can Hello Games make it so I don't get that stupid chips to choose when placing wire? Near my ship is somewhere near? What? I don't know what you mean by that, Techno. Can Hello Games make it so I don't get that stupid ships too close? While placing wires, my ship is nowhere near. Well, that's definitely a bug. If your ship is nowhere near, then yes. That's a bug. Hopefully they can fix that. Because you shouldn't be getting that. If your ship is nowhere near, it shouldn't be telling you that. You can stack that module. Electric wiring, the base. Yep. I feel like finding a grave and finding a wild base computer are on the same RNG. It feels like it. I will say I've found more graves than the base computers though, so maybe not. Maybe they're within like the same general area. Like base computers 10% and graves are like 15 or 20%. Because yeah, I will say it's been difficult. That would have been awesome if I found a base computer right there. I was hoping. That would be crazy. But yeah, it's hard to find both of those. Why even bloody have that? Oh, because they don't want you to place anything near your ship. I don't know. I think it's just a general building guideline, so they put it on everything that you use to build your base. And wires, they don't really need that, but because they're a base building item, it just gets thrown in the mix. If I had to take a real actual guess. They were like, look, we could do that. We could do the extra work, or we could just mark all of it as a base building item and say you can't build near it. Like you can't build near your person, your character, or your ship or anything like that. I've been finding a lot of those wild base computers. Really, Ognum? I haven't. Dang it. Scott says, Beebs found one of these relics in an old game yesterday where two players met. I had never seen that before in 600 hours. Dude, those are very hard to come by. I think you can probably look it up online. Back with the, I believe it was before the next update. They had multiplayer, but you couldn't see characters at all. I think the next update in 2018 added the ability to see characters, but it was only up to 4. And then they jumped it up to 16, then 32. But it started out with 4 people in the next update. And before that, you could only see these little bobbing balls. These like glowing balls. That was characters way back in the day. And if 2 characters met, it would actually make a monument. And so there's not very many of those because not a lot of people were playing No Man's Sky back in the day. I believe if you want to see them, I think Zane's World has video of that. He and Craze Gaming, they met somewhere and they made one of those. I think it might be on Craze's channel as well. Drop pod! Just randomly mark one 800, over 800 units away. What? Well, let's go to the drop pod. Hey, Suit Messenger, please stop telling me to fire an echo locator. Yep. Now, Dissonant Systems. Yep. I know. I hate it. One of the things I hate the most is when you try to build a blueprint and then it puts it in your log and it's like, I don't need that. Don't do that. It automatically puts anything you're trying to build in your log. Like you buy the blueprint for a cadmium drive. It automatically puts it in your log as, oh, this is a mission you should do. And it's like, no, I've done it 500 times. I don't need to do that. Please don't do that. Then I have to press pause. I got to go through and I have to abandon that mission. Or like this. You have an exosuit upgrade chart. Would you like to use it? No, I'm good. I'm purposely not using it, but thank you. Give me some extra room. All right, let's fly around a little bit with my my ship. So remember, it's only going to pop up at the top of the screen. It'll be a little grave marker. You can't go too fast. And you have to be within 50 feet of it. So you can't really see like way off in the distance or whatever. I mean, if I physically saw it with my eyeballs, sure, but that's going to be kind of hard when you're flying. So I think this is the way that Beeble does it. He just flies low and slow. I mean, you could technically do it like this because you don't need the radar. And yeah, you just look at the top of the screen. You're looking for a yellow grave marker. Okay. Why is my ship just stopping for no reason? I found 3 graves on 1 planet recently. Tux. That is very awesome. Heck yeah, man. Beebs looks for the depressions the graves are usually in. Yeah. You have passed 3 already. Don't do that to me, Explorer. Dang it. Like something like that. Nope. Dun dun dun. Unknown building right in front of me, and it is a shelter. Dun dun dun. See, it's not very fun. I don't think so anyway. I mean, it's a very fast and efficient way to do it, but it's not a very fun way to do it. I found 3 within 5 minutes once. 2 were right next to each other. Dude, I wish I got that lucky. That would be amazing. Oh, he's like George Washington. He's old and he cannot lie. Today I got on 6,500 hours on No Man's Sky. Alex, that is crazy. I think I'm at 20 or 2,000, I should say. 2,000? So yeah, I'm right there. Maybe a little under 2,000. Maybe I'm at 1,900. Yeah, holy cow. Gotta go slow, though. I know that's the problem. I'm too impatient to go slow. I would rather do this than just look around. Then I feel like I'm moving faster. Oh, dun-dun-dun. Found 3 graves.
Toxins detected.
Think I know what I gotta do. Think I know. The older you get, the less F's you've given. Just say it like it is. That's true. Oh, that is true. I mean, yeah, I think that everyone, to a certain extent, until you get really, really old. Is that another drop pod? Are you serious? Everyone has a certain point where they're like, you know, I just don't care what people think. I'm going to tell them what I really think, and if they don't like me, then that's okay. Because they didn't like me before, and now I'm going to give them a reason. Richard. Crap. All right, so we have sodium. Can I make any of my stuff? Oh, I can. Okay, good. We're good. I did not recharge my my ship because I'm not a smart man.
Technology prepared.
You have that drop pod like I know. Seriously, I'm getting drop pods like crazy. I wish they would graves. That would be even better. That would make my life a lot easier. Find a landing pad. I know I need to do that. That's probably what I'm going to have to do. I need a landing area to call them in.
Units received.
Did you not collect the pod? I did. Did I not? Could have sworn I did. Now you're making me question it. I don't want to leave too much. 6 minutes away. I'm not going back to my ship. Pretty sure I did. Now I need to check. Did I leave too early? I did not. Good on you. Thank you. I could have sworn I did, but I just backed out. Holy crap. And Jason, just think of all these sodium nitrate crystals you can pass. Yeah, I know. I'm not worried about sodium. I was more worried about my my antimatter housing. That's usually the pain in the butt to make. I mean, yeah, I have sodium nitrate like crazy. Look at that. I have 427. I'm good. I'm good for a while. If you die on the Fugitive Run, you should get your own grave marker and make it a trophy. I know we should. We should have some kind of... We always talk about doing some kind of a trophy for like the speed runs or Fugitive Runs or whatever. Ah. One day. One day. One day. Get my own little grave marker. Oh, sorry, I'm falling asleep here. Good Lord. Knowledge stone, knowledge stone, knowledge stone. Okay, I thought you needed the sodium. Never mind. Oh, no. It was more of the antimatter housing. Because you need oxygen for that. But, I mean, you know, I'm stacked with oxygen. I forgot. I have 1,000,000 pounds of oxygen ready to go. Love the streams, man. Keep up the good work. Well, Elrad, thank you so very much. Very much appreciated. And if you guys have not hit that like button, it would definitely help out the channel a ton if you would hit that like button. Oh, do we have a pause? Oh my God, like 3 hours ago? I think we did. Here lies RGA or RHG. Turbo thrusted and splattered 7 seconds after spawn. No! A 1,000,000 pounds of oxygen. Now that would be a lot of oxygen. Exactly. It would be a ton. Especially I have to have it liquefied because oxygen by itself is not very heavy. But if I liquefy it, that'd be pretty substantial amount of oxygen. Come on. What'd I get? Nanites, dang it. Unknown building with a sentinel next to it, huh? Probably a resource depot. You're not even gonna know what hit him. Look at it. They're over there freaking out like, what's happening? Where's it coming from? Now I just stroll in. Hey guys, what's going on? I heard an explosion. What happened? Oh, dude, someone took out your resource depot? That sucks, man. Well, I gotta keep going. I'm on a thing. I gotta keep going. See ya. Bye. Gotta go. Good luck, Baymax. Thank you so much for hanging out while you could. Very much appreciated, man. Hopefully everyone's having a good weekend. Everyone has a good plan set up for the weekend if you have it off. I know that not everyone has the weekends off. But if you do, hopefully you're celebrating. And even if you're working the weekends, maybe take a little bit of an extra break. Just because, you know, you're working on a Friday or a Saturday. Well, looky here. Oh, God. Don't need the PCM. I have plans with Sass tomorrow. Oh, yes, Heather. Yes. Now, have you started posting any of those streams over on YouTube? I know you talked about that a while ago. Have you started doing that, or is it only over on Twitch? Good Lord, I got a whole bunch of stuff in here. I have done a few. I really need to do more. Oh, you do? It's believe me, I know. It gets like overwhelming when you have more than one. I feel I try to go on Twitch as much as YouTube, and that just does not work out. I haven't been on Twitch in a while, but you gotta cross promote. I need to get back over on Twitch. Maybe one of these days when they have drops. Maybe they will have drops when the next update. I doubt it, because they usually only do it twice a year, and they've already done 2 drops this year. So, but maybe. I mean, you never know. I don't know what the update's going to be. Maybe it'll be a gigantic update with Twitch drops and all that kind of stuff. But I doubt it. I don't think that's going to happen. Don't think that's going to happen. Right now, I'm re-downloading Arc because I couldn't move the program from one hard drive to the... That shouldn't happen, Heather. You should be able to switch it between drives. That's kind of sucky, though. That's a big game to download. Good Lord. Oh, Jesus! Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm feeling really confident about my my ship. To be honest, I'm hoping for redux and fixes. I mean, I think that at this point, that's probably what we're gonna get. I mean, maybe we get a massive update, but I don't know. My bet, if I had to bet, would be just like a bug fix / performance update with replays. Never gonna be perfect, but they're probably gonna do that. Like, okay. We can fix some of this stuff and we can polish it up, make sure it runs better, smoother, and then, you know, give them replays. That way they can just do that for a while and keep them good until next year. In February, we'll get another update and it'll be great. Shadowhinge says, I don't know how, I have no clue how drops work. I've never been on Twitch. So, if they do, and I don't think they will, but if they're doing drops, what you need to do is watch anybody who's playing No Man's Sky and has drops enabled. So I know I do. It depends on the person. Anybody can do drops, but you have to turn them on as a creator. So I have to go through on my channel, my Twitch channel, and I have to turn them on. That way, anybody who watches me can earn drops. And they're basically just rewards you get for watching for a certain amount of time. After 15 minutes, you get a certain reward. After half an hour, 1 hour, you get different rewards. As a viewer, like as a person who's just watching it, all you have to do is there's a special web page for No Man's Sky. You go to that page and you sign in with your Twitch account. That way they know you're watching. And then you have to sign in with whatever platform you're playing No Man's Sky on, like No Man's or on Xbox, PlayStation, on Switch, whatever. Wherever you're playing No Man's Sky, you sign in with your Twitch account first, and then whatever platform you're on. So, like for me, I would say, oh, I'm going to sign in with my Twitch account, and then I sign in with my my PC, my PlayStation, whatever. And then it'll track your time you watched. It'll say, oh, Jason watched for 15 minutes. He unlocked the first reward. We'll send that to his platform, whatever one he signed up with. And you don't have to do just one. I signed up, honestly, I signed up with Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and Nintendo Switch. I signed up with everything. Run right into a sentinel pillar. I like that. Let's turn these guys off. Yeah, Scartech, I did. I'm used to not swearing out loud. I have to have my button. Even though I don't generally swear out loud, I mouth the words. I say like, but I don't actually say the word. Well, now we don't have to deal with sentinels on this planet, thank God. Still thinks I'll give it a whirl. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of an ordeal to set it up, but once it's set up, you don't really have to mess with it ever again. And there is a video on my channel. I think Zane has one as well. You can look up No Man's Sky Twitch rewards, and you'll see videos from me. I think Zane has one as well. Beeblebum. We all made videos on how to do it. But again, I don't think we're getting them, so you don't have to worry about it anytime soon. So they generally do 2 weeks per year where they do drops, and they last 1 week. So in the springtime, they usually do 1 week where they have drops, and every day is different rewards. And it goes for 5 days. And then in the fall, they do another week-long, here is some rewards every day. We've already done 2 of them, so more than likely it's not going to happen. Dun, dun, dun. Didn't refuel the ship before... I'm at 100% anti-gravity well. I did. Why are you gonna mess with me, man? I did refill it. Are Royal Multi-Tools still a thing? I never found one since they switched to PS5. Yes, they are, but they're more rare now. Like, when they first came out, it was basically almost any... It felt like a lot of the Sentinel pillars had them. And they've made them more rare, and you still have to fix them. So, when they originally came out, they were basically all over the place, and you just picked them up, and they were totally good to go. Then they had a patch, I don't remember which one it was. They had an update where they changed that to where they're less frequent and you don't have to buy them anymore. Like, it doesn't cost any money. However, they come broken. So now you have to fix it instead of buying it. And they're more rare. So yeah, they're still a thing. They're still a thing. And I've gotten to the point where I don't even look for S classes anymore because it's so hard to find those. Like, they're so rare. And then, you know, at any moment, they can put out an update and change all of that. So I've kind of fell off doing that simply for that reason. Like, you know, you never know. The next update's going to change all the ship locations. Like, that sucks. I have all these videos, and now they don't work anymore. And it's frustrating because you're like, dude, I got all these videos that they don't matter. Or they're wrong. Easier to find royals at Sentinel pillars now. Oh, really? I thought it was harder. I thought it was harder to find them. Because it's been more rare in my case. Man, Richard, I don't know what I'm talking about. So I feel like I've run into less of them in the Sentinel pillars than before. Like, when that update first came out, the Sentinel update came out, I felt like I was running into them like every 5 or 10 pillars. Now, it feels like it's way more hard to find or run into them. And maybe I just have bad luck. That could be it too. I might just have bad luck. I mean, the normal cabinets. Versus a normal cabinet. Yes. Yes. I only look for Royal Multi-Tools in Sentinel pillars. Like, I had no idea they actually appeared in normal cabinets. That's kind of crazy. I thought they only appeared in Sentinel pillars. Okay, I did not know that. But yeah, I only look for them in the Sentinel pillars. So, yeah, and it feels like they definitely nerfed it a little bit. I was wondering, all the locations from the Coordinates Exchange didn't work for Royal Multi-Tools. Yeah, they can change them. And so they generally don't, or if they do, like if it happens to mess with them, Hello Games is pretty good about going back and fixing it, quote unquote, putting them back to normal. But a lot of the procedural generation in the game is connected together. So when you change one thing, it might accidentally change something else. That is what they're running into, it looks like. Because like when they added Sentinel ships, it changed the locations of a ton of other regular ships. Because Sentinels are like crashed ships. And so it started moving around all the crashed ships. And everyone got pissed. They were like, oh, I got all the crashed ships. They moved. And it's like, well, sorry. We added in Sentinels and it kind of jumbled everything, around. So, yeah, there's a lot of interconnected stuff that you don't think about. But when they add new content, it might affect something else and you don't even think about it. I have only seen Royal Multi-Tools add a Sentinel pillar. I know, me too. I don't think I've ever run into one in a cabinet before. Just like I've never seen a Sentinel multi-tool outside of a... Am I just going to find all the drop pods today? This is what, number 3? I can make the stuff, right? I'm running out of room here. All the drop pods all of a sudden want to show up for me. Goodness. Don't need that. Don't need that. We're keeping all of this. Oh, we can open these up. Don't need that. This is a weapon upgrade, so we'll take one of these. Let's see if it's better. Nope, I don't think so. The other ones are decent. 2 and 16. 2 and 4. Nope, that's not as good. One day I'll make another main save. My old one got deleted on a PC upgrade. Now I don't spend as much time on any one save. Shadowhenge, I know the feeling. I self-sabotaged myself back in December of 2022. We were doing the expedition replays. We were doing speed runs. And, you know, because you can only have up to 15 different saves, eventually you got to delete them. So I was going through and deleting the old speedrun saves, and I accidentally deleted my main save. And I did not notice at the time. I could have saved it. I could have, you know, like not uploaded. I could have gone into Steam library and gotten my save. However, I didn't notice until sometime in January, like 2 or 3 weeks later. And by that time, I had kept playing and uploaded and changed out to where it erased my history of my main save, so I couldn't even go back and get it. So yeah, I completely lost my main save a year ago. And I have a new one, and I play it, but it's not the same. When you work on that thing, it was a beautiful save. It was a good save. I had a lot of cool stuff. And yes, it was my fault too. I deleted it. I even have the video. People pointed to the stream where I did it. I did it on stream as I was doing speed runs. It's the worst. Yeah, Royals existed prior to Sentinel Pillars, but the change made them even more rare in regular cabinets. Did they? I'd have to look at that. I don't remember Royal multi-tools before the Sentinel Pillars. Because I remember the update, the literal update with Sentinel Pillars literally says we've added new multi-tools called Royal multi-tools. Like it was in the notes that they added a new multi-tool. So I don't know if they were before that. I'd have to go back to the patch notes and look at it, but I'm pretty sure we did not have them prior to the Sentinel Pillars. I might be thinking wrong then. Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at the patch notes, but I believe it was in February of 2022, the Sentinel update came out, and it was a big deal because we got new Sentinels. They added in all the drones that actually, you know, did stuff, the flying healers, the pyramid-looking summoners, all that kind of stuff. And we're like, yeah! And then they also made a big deal about how we have Sentinel Pillars and they have special multi-tools. And that was like the first day that it was alive on Wednesday. I was streaming and I was like looking for it. I was going from pillar to pillar looking for a Royal multi-tool. I wanted to be the first one to find one. Yeah, I remember we had incinerators before that, and we still don't have them now. There's a flamethrower in No Man's Sky. Well, there was a flamethrower in No Man's Sky. And then they found it randomly. It was a random multi-tool that had one attached to it. And they patched it out, but, you know, we thought, oh, for sure they're going to use flamethrowers, right? It's in the game. They're literally in the game file. Of course they would. We still don't have flamethrowers. We don't have the incinerator. That's not a weapon you can have. The Sentinels have flamethrowers, but we cannot. There's no weapon you can add to your multi-tool yet. Officially. My main save from 2022 had it, and then I deleted that thing, and now I don't have my flamethrower anymore. Really, a beacon? Get out of here. Waypoint beacon. Health! I got it. I got you. How did you get that health? What do you mean? Are you talking about my quick thing? Or are you talking about all my upgrades? Because I have upgrades. So I've been going through and getting black market, if that's what you're talking about, my shield and my health. If you're talking about getting all my my life support, all you have to do is jellies, man. Gotta make your jellies. Hello, Bosun Bones. Maybe use a save editor to add it back in. I mean, you could definitely do that. I don't like messing around with save editors because I'm the guy that deleted my own save, so I don't trust myself with a save editor. I might actually corrupt my new save. So I don't like messing around with a save editor if I don't have to. Like, I've done it. I think I've done it twice. Back in I think it was with the Living Ships update. They had a way to get the Living Ships in the save editor before they were officially released, because Living Ships update was one of the last ones they actually put through on the experimental before they added it to the public branch. And so it was one of those deals where people were playing on experimental, they had an update come through, and all of a sudden they're like, wait a minute, what? There's these weird new ships in the game. And so people were playing the experimental before the official update came out, and it was like, oh no, it kind of ruined it. And so they stopped doing that. Now they only put up patches, like fixes on the experimental. They don't put content updates in the experimental. Is that another? Another drop pod. This is number 4, number 5. Jason, is there an official or unofficial player capital planet? Bossum, no, there's an official like system or area in the galaxy. You can look for that, but there's no like, I don't think there's any specific planet. It's just a group of systems. Oh god, I don't have any. I didn't make anything. So they have, oh god, they call it, oh jeez, I can't remember. I couldn't even tell you. Sorry, guys. They have a name for it, but there's officially systems towards the center of the galaxy in Euclid that you can go to, and people will set up like basically towns where everyone is playing and working together and building stuff. But it's not a planet. It's okay, Jason. The drop pod finding isn't OP when you do not apply a new slot. Am I skipping it? Is that what's going on? Am I skipping my slots? Is that what's happening? I'm not applying them. That would be me. I'm not. I'm so distracted that I'm just ignoring them. That makes sense. You know what? Let's go back. 8 minutes away? No, I bet you it's shorter than that if I use my jump. Did I skip this one? Don't tell me I did that. Actually, we'll do... No, I need to keep that. I'll have to look into it. Yes, the Galactic Hub. There you go. Thank you, Tux. Yes, How? The Galactic Hub. And so it's just a group of systems that everyone kind of works together in. So, and it's very, very cool. They have rules. They don't want just any random person going in there and destroying or building or whatever. But you can join the Galactic Hub, and you go in there. You can claim a spot on a planet and kind of build around with other people. And they're very active. They're people who play No Man's Sky all the time. So if you have your multiplayer turned on, you can get in there and see other people working and, you know, flying around and doing stuff and building. It's really, really cool. How is everything breaking? I still have a shield. All right, well, let's stop for a second. Euclid equals the best galaxy. Bossum, I think that's going to be a lesson that they learn for their next game, whatever that happens to be. Because it's really, really cool to have 255 galaxies. However, 90% of people are in one galaxy in Euclid, the starting galaxy. Now, I'm not saying that no one uses all the other ones. There are people who go through all of them. But, oh my Jesus. But, for the most part, people just stick with one galaxy. That's plenty of room for everybody. So it's cool to have the high numbers of, oh, we have this many galaxies and this many planets, but at the end of the day, I don't know if that's detrimental to the server, because they have to have all of these systems and all these planets on a server somewhere. And how much room could they save if they just said, hey, look, we only have one galaxy. It's only Euclid, that's it. However, We have way better performance. You can have larger bases, maybe. I don't even know. We have more room on the server because we got rid of all the other 254. So you can build way more stuff here. Or multiplayer works better. I don't know. I'm currently trying to go through all the galaxies. I'm up to 150. It's a tribulations to do that, man. It is hard work. I did use it. No! All right. Where's my other drop pod? There it is. Now, I'm not walking back there. I'm calling in my ship because I also have repair parts on it. So I can do this. Beautiful. Let's go fly back to our other drop pod. We keep getting all the drop pods ever. Are you another drop pod over here? No, it's a beacon. That's our drop pod. I want it so you can scrape the ships for parts and have stats and you can mix and match. Dude, I would love ship customization like that. Not upgrading, like we already have upgrading your ship. But customizing it, being able to trade out stuff. That would be pretty cool. I would love that. Jason, FYI, from the Sentinel update, Jason, players who brave a raid on the Sentinel pillars may be rewarded with a new class of Royal Multi-Tool.
Damn, I'm good! Can you feel that? Huh? Can you feel it, Captain Compost?
I sometimes I know what I'm talking about. I will say it's not as common as I hope, but sometimes I know what I'm talking about. I might not know the exact details of everything because I am old and everything mixes and metals together. But I do remember that, like the big milestones of having refiners on the next update, beyond update, adding pets, that kind of stuff. No, we're not pets, riding animals, and pets came in the companion update. But yeah. I'm in a dozen galaxies, mostly lush ones, and that's way plenty enough for me. I know. I mean, we are still 7 years later. I am still running into systems that no one has ever touched in Euclid, in the starting galaxy. So there are plenty here that people are never going to touch and be and do and build on. Old Explorer. Oh no! Streamlabs caught you, old Explorer. We need to get 2 more glyphs so portals can go to any planet in any galaxy. Well, I mean, I think the solution is if you can clear out the other galaxies, you don't have to worry about the other. That way, I don't have to worry about telling everyone it's in Euclid or it's in whatever galaxy. I can just say, hey, go to this location and you'll always get there no matter what because there's only one galaxy. The center is pretty mapped out, to be honest, though. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The closer you get to the center of the galaxy, the more you're going to run into people because that's like the ultimate goal is to get to the center. So that's where everyone ends up. I read the first 3 words, OE, before you got shadow banned. I don't think they shadow banned, but yeah. Definitely Streamlabs brings down the hammer if you do too many caps. I bounce around on all of them. Yeah, see, I go around. I'll go to like Hilbert. I'll go to Ascentium. I'll go to, a handful. I've never been to more than, I think, 10 galaxies. I've been to Calypso, I've been to Hilbert, I've been to a few other ones. I've been to Euclid, I've been to Ascentium. But yeah, for the most part, I just hang out in Euclid. That's where my home is. That's where I go. Hello, Richard. Old Explorer. There you are. There you are, Old Explorer. So, guys, I always do this, and I don't want to do it this week. I don't want to do it this week. So, we are going to raid right now, because I just remembered. I know that Ricey, Starship Emporium, he always does a weekly, every Friday, he does a community night for No Man's Sky, where they give away cool ships, they give away cool pets, that kind of stuff. And I always miss it because I stream for too long. So this week, I'm not going to stream too long. We're going to go raid Ricey, Starship Emporium. Seriously, guys, I'm sad we couldn't find another grave in here, but I will be finishing up this weekend on our Fugitive Run because I have a feeling next week is going to be the update. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong and I have to find something else to do in No Man's Sky, but I have a feeling next week is going to be the update, and I want to get it done. But we're going to go over to Ricey's stream. Go over there, show him some love, hit that like button when you get over there, and I will see you guys on Monday if you don't watch over the weekend. So have fun. Ascentium is my home, Adrian. Ascentium is a good galaxy, I got to say. So I will see you guys over there. Thank you so much for hanging out on Friday. Have a good weekend. Have a good, safe weekend. See you over on Ricey's stream.